world full of love and passion, one woman keeps her cool, spreading cheer. Her magnanimous nature attracts all those around her. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Ndidi Effect, weekdays right here on Twitch.
What's up, everyone? Happy Friday! How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. It is Friday. That is Streamcast Fridays. Welcome. I know that like the sun is like gleaming on the side of my face. So, wow. How about I go and shut that blind? Maybe I should do that. Should I do that right now? It wasn't actually this bright like 2 seconds ago. But Wolfie, welcome to the stream. Cat Avenger, hello gorgeous. We got Crit. We had Cold. He's gone to chat up a woman. We got Mike up here in the chat. How's everyone doing? I know, it's such bright. Let me go and sort it. The only good thing about it is that when the sun is in my eyes, like my eyes actually show like a nice shade of brown. Odd. Anyway, let me go and shut the blind. One sec. And now it looks normal, I think. Hey, Red! Thank you as well. Guys, can we get some love in the chat for Red Flawless Moon, who gave us such a wonderful raid. How was your stream, my darling? Also, I need to give Cat Avenger and I need to give Wolf some cookies. But I can, for some reason, I can only do it when you guys are actually in the channel. It won't actually, not Wolf, sorry, Red. I can only do it when I'm actually, yeah. Sorry, Wolf, I meant Red. Sorry. Basically, my moderators get an excess of cookies because what they do with those is they can give them to people, they can use them to enter in giveaways for other people, so they have to have enough. Okay, sorry Wolf, it's because I read your name, but I was thinking I had to like talk. I'm so sorry. But so guys, just to be honest, I just keep them all to myself because yeah, you are, you little shit. But you got yours last night because you liked the channel, so it's easier to give it to you. Shush, Wolf. Gosh, you're not meant to tell everyone. Alright, so like I said, today's streamcast is going to be about addictions. I'm going to be joined on the chat by Crit. And we're going to be going through what addictions are, what types of addictions are there, how we can identify them, and there's a few questions that kind of revolve around that. So if you guys do have questions, ask. If you guys have opinions, share them. This is a very safe space where everybody can just say how they feel, as long as they keep it within TOS, obviously. And for those that come in and they're not too sure what we're doing, there's !topic. So if you type that, it will tell you what the streamcast is about today. And then after every streamcast, I'll put the voting back up on Twitter for the next one. All right? Okay. You guys ready? Hey, Sia, what's up? I'm not addicted to making people miserable. Yeah. You already know. I'm a just because indeed, you know my problem. Yeah, don't worry, sweetheart. It's fine. Some of these topics are never gonna be okay for everyone, but I want to make sure everybody is gonna. Oh, you're gonna go back to. Oh, before you go, Kat. Guys. I need everyone that is currently in the chat right now, interacting, to say a big congratulations to Kat Avenger. She got engaged the other day. I'm so freaking happy for her. I am like over the moon. Over the moon excited. Kat, you freaking deserve it. So deserve it. I'm so happy for you. Hey, if you do have your wedding and there is space, please invite me. I want to go. Not that I need an excuse to go to Texas, but you know, it's an excuse to like buy a hat. You have a year to get, yo, if that is an official invitation, I am totally coming. I already spoke to Driz about it. That's just over a year for us to save. Oh my god, I need to think of a freaking like present for you guys now. Now that's a very honeymoon. Oh no. Alright. Let's get this started. I'm so overwhelmed. I have to plan wedding stuff. Hey, if you need help, let me know. If you need any like assistance with anything, I will do what I can to help you. Oh my god, I just saw something. We'll talk after, Kat. Go and have your lunch, babe. Go and have your lunch. We'll talk after. Alright, so we're gonna switch over. You guys ready? Alright, we're gonna switch over now. Oh yes, on the other screen. Ha 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 ha. Are you quite done? Oh, he can't even hear me. Are you quite done? So guys, introducing our resident sleeper, critical fucknut.
Best way to be, boys. Let's go.
I swear, you need to have all of these like things that you say on your stream as your alerts. That'd be so good.
Should probably start doing that shit.
Right, let me turn the music down.
Yo, so Kat, I'm gonna invite myself to your wedding, and I'm gonna be the wedding crasher, you know. So feels good, man.
Would it really be counting as wedding crashing if she knows you're coming?
Okay, I'll be the jester.
Bring Fiona as well.
I'll bring the cat. I'll put her on a leash and everything.
Oh, give her like a little dress. Oh my god, she's gonna be like the ring bearer. Oh my god. Cats, other two cats as well, should all be dressed up. Oh my god, that'd be so cute. Okay, you need to make that happen. You don't have a choice now, you've said it.
Yes, I'll put Fiona on a fucking dress. Easy clap, boys.
That's so cute.
And then I'll just walk her down the aisle. I'll be like, hey guys, here's my wife.
I cannot deal with you. Guys, topic, weddings cat. Weddings cat, fucking hell. Cat's wedding, Jesus. Yo, I'm really happy for her though. Like, she announced it, I think, yesterday or the day before yesterday. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited for her. So that's gonna be fun.
Wait, fucking Cat, you should stream your wedding, dude.
Do you know what?
It would be actually not a bad idea that people who can't actually come to your actual wedding can actually watch on the stream.
Yeah, do
It'd
you
be
know
some
what?
good content. Do you know how much like exposure in the aspect of like like how much people would actually want to come to watch that. Like that'd be like a big event. Depending on what type of stream team stuff like that, such too that you're part of. I bet they would be like, yo, look, one of our stream team members are getting married. You should go check it out.
You know,
Streaming
funny
your
thing is, like, someone asked me to do that a while ago. I'm like, I don't know if I would stream, like, my wedding if I get married to Driz. I don't know if I'd stream it. I'm not too sure. It kind of depends on it, right?
You could stream like the part where you're walking, like the walking down the aisle and that part, but like in the sense of like the reception with the dinner and shit, I would say no.
Yeah.
But,
So the actual wedding itself, like the
yeah,
that'd actually be cool. But then you'd have to get someone to mind the channel, though, right? Like you wouldn't be able to do it yourself. Hey, fairly average. How are you?
I'll come to your wedding and do it myself.
Well, I'd expect you to be at my wedding, so like, hello.
Oh shit, boys.
Don't have a choice.
What?
Do it, yes. I'm gonna get married in Australia though.
Casual clothes.
I swear to Christ.
Let's come with some casual ass clothes. Hey guys, Crit here, boys. You won't know who the fuck I am.
Do you know what he'd be? Like, he'd literally, I'd be like, don't worry guys, he's the camera guy. It's fine. I'll give you like a bow tie or something.
Yeah, boys. No, I'll just come dressed up like fucking David Tennant, dude. Dressed up as the Doctor, bro. You know what it is? If you know what who David Tennant is.
From Doctor Who. Yeah, he was also in Harry Potter. For those of you that didn't know that. So let's see. You have a bin emote? Hold on, wait. Do you? Can I see it? All right, so guys, we are going to be talking about addictions today. As we said, so both myself and Crit are going to be talking about it. So let me get the stuff up. Let me put that down. All right, so how many of you guys in the chat right now know about addictions? Do you guys know what they are? I'm going to have a bagel. Can I have one too? I mean, how many of you guys know what an addiction is? No, you can't.
I haven't eaten. I literally woke up and took a shower and then came to this.
Why have you not eaten?
Because I woke up and then you're like, yo, this is in like 30 minutes, so I took a shower quickly and didn't eat yet.
Oh no! Are you gonna be right not to eat for like the next 3 hours?
That's in the end. If I really want to, I'll go make food while I'm talking on the fucking podcast.
That's actually true. You could do that. Razor's paw. Oh, bless you. Red has family members who struggle with addictions. Really? So, what are your ideas or your perceptions of what addictions are? Before I kind of go through what like a standard definition of what addiction is. So, I mean, a lot of people tend to kind of default to, you know, drug addiction, but that's not the only kind of addiction that's out there. But from those of you guys that are in the chat right now, what do you think addiction is? And obviously, Crit, you can kind of, you can chime in as well. So, like,
I would say,
goes to you.
I guess it's very subjective. I think is the right wording for it in the aspect of what addiction is. Like some people take it as in addiction is only something that can be bad, but to be honest, addiction is just, it could be good and bad. Like you could be addicted to water, which is good for you, like for example, but usually addiction gets related to bad stuff solely just because most people tend to hear about addiction mainly only when it involves something that's bad, like drug addiction or something that's unhealthy for somebody when it comes to that sort of thing. So I think relatively addiction can come in many different forms, and some people like don't realize that they could very well potentially be addicted to stuff.
Yeah.
Like, even stuff that is not healthy for them.
Exactly.
Like workaholic, for example. Like workaholic, like people don't seem to understand that aspect of things, even though, like, you know, for example, like I'm a workaholic, I'll admit.
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah, Jesus. I like the way you said, I'll admit. Yeah.
I'm a workaholic, yeah. Fucking.
Yeah. Like, you just don't sleep. You're addicted to not sleeping. But that's because your brain just doesn't turn off. Like,
I think it's just that, and the aspect of like I don't like, usually shit always happens when I'm sleeping, so I hate that. So it's also because of that, but also because of the sheer fact that I really like, if I've optimized my time so much to where I only need a little bit amount of sleep when it's like I have to go out. and
Yeah.
then by doing so, it gives me so much more time to put stuff like into my schedule if I just sleep less. Like
Yeah.
most people normally sleep 8 to 10 hours. I sleep 4 hours maybe at best, maybe every like 2 days or so. But like because of it, like it allows me to be able to do so much.
Yeah, but I think that kind of has a good and bad effect because, yeah, you can kind of optimize your time and you can kind of say, right, okay, I got like 18 hours, this is what I can do within that time. But then at the same time, your body is not thanking you for it because you're not getting enough rest. And it's like the guys in here said, like, you can be addicted to sleep too, so the reverse is also true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we know somebody who has been sleeping a lot lately. And, you know, I think that's also... I think addictions and anxieties kind of play a hand-in-hand part to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like, for example, you said not too long ago that, you know, you feel that if you are sleeping, you may end up missing something important. So your anxiety is going to kick in thinking, right, if I'm not awake when something important goes down, I can't fix it straight away. So, like, your mindset will be like, right, okay, I need to be awake. There's 24 hours in a day. I can do 4 hours. I can do 20 hours, and I'll be okay. Because then at least if something comes up, I can be there to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like I would say like generally like I have known people who have just been like straight up addicted to sleeping in the aspect to where like they would sleep for like 16 plus like hours a day, and it was just a disgusting. And I will admit, like I think one of the shittiest parts when it comes to sleep is that you can get more sleep and then end up just doing the opposite of what you want to do, which is like get energy and or feel like great, which is really shit. Like you literally have to like schedule your sleep properly for like how you handle like how your body how much your body needs. Like some people seem to think that you always just need 8 hours of sleep, but for some people, like for example for me, like even if I'm like not working a lot of it, like if I don't go outside, I don't need 8 hours of sleep. That's why I don't need 8 hours of sleep. It's literally just because I don't go outside really at all. If I ever go outside, I have to have 8 hours of sleep because of just the amount of more stimuli and bullshit that I have. So that's why I have to personally go outside. I mean, that's why I personally have to get more sleep when I go out. But if I don't go out, then 4 hours is good enough for me because really
because
the
you're
only thing
not
I'm
using that
exhausted
much
is.
energy, right? So
It's just mostly just mental exhaustion.
right.
But like for some people, like depending on like how their day goes, like they shouldn't try to oversleep. Like they should try to recognize like just how tired they are and not always trying to go down for a set number, because if you sleep too much, then you're just gonna have less energy and you're not gonna be as energized.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just it's one of those things. You have to do what's right for your body. Like I know that. Let's just say I've got work in the morning. I have to be up at 7:30 every morning. Probably won't get out of bed until like 7:45. But I know the night before, the latest I can go to sleep is about 2 a.m. And even then, that's a push, because I know if I don't get like a minimum of like 5 hours sleep, I'm gonna be exhausted when I wake up. Even like with a shower and everything to wake me up, it's like my mental state is just like, you didn't get enough sleep. You should have gone to bed earlier. You should have gone to bed earlier. So it's kind of like my body isn't allowing me to fully shut down, and then when I have to fully be awake, it's very much like, fuck, what do I do? So hold on, it all says I didn't even realize at first. I thought I needed more energy, but it was addiction. But that's the thing, you know, you don't know what an addiction is until it's either pointed out to you or you're realizing that you do it too much. He says, I love these types of streams so much. Oh, thank you. I gotta admit, feels like a therapy session. And you know what? It may as well be. I mean, because that's the whole point. I mean, we were doing this every 2 weeks. So I'm actually really glad that, like Crit suggested, that we do it every week, because it seems that people really do enjoy it, and, you know, there's no harm in doing it, right? So, yeah. Red says, all down to properly managing your hobbies, because it's a thin line before it becomes a problem. Yeah, and that is also absolutely true. So, so like we've all kind of identified what we feel addictions are, and so on and so forth. So addictions, like the generic definition is addiction is defined as not having control over doing, taking, or using something to the point where it could be harmful to you. Now, that is a generic definition, but I partially disagree with it because not every addiction can lead to it being harmful. So I kind of feel like that is a bit of a statement. This is something that you find on the internet as well. Like, I kind of believe that this statement is not necessarily true. You know, it's partially true. I don't think it's true 100%. Because like I said, like, what addictions can we say that are not harmful to you? I would probably say
Drinking water, like obviously you can drink too much water, but there's people who are like very set on drinking like a good amount of water. That's good enough, etc. And then you just, I can't, for the life of me, I cannot remember fucking, what other ones is there?
I mean, even people like being like vegans or vegetarians, people addicted to exercise because they want to be healthy, you know, things like that. As long as they don't push themselves too hard. Like, I know people that are addicted to going to the gym, not because they want to get that amazing body or whatever, because they feel that this is something that they need to do to feel healthy, and it's not going to hurt them. It's going to help.
I would
them.
also expand on that aspect where there's some people who just do that aspect because of the sheer fact of just how much of a rush they get off of it, like just how much like their body feels after like having that after having that workout and that accord of things. So I would say like there is definitely healthy addiction to say the least, and I think one of the things that like we need to do, like hopefully like through time people will be to get rid of the stigma that addiction brings when it comes to actually like talking about addiction or even bringing it up, because like usually like if you think of addiction, like majority of people who think of addiction, like when they hear the word just addiction, they just instantly know what's the word for it? They just instantly assimilate it with negative parts to it. Like when you like for most people they just think of drugs right off the bat. Some people think of other stuff, like maybe stuff that they personally experienced, like maybe like alcohol, drugs. Some people if maybe like one of their family members is like quite like addicted to something, so let's say smoke. So if I think of addiction, one of the things I think of is my mother. She's addicted to smoke, cigarettes, for that accord.
Yeah. Hey Mia, welcome. Formerly known as Ninja Fan. Welcome to the stream. How come you changed your name? But yes, I'm well, thank you. I hope you're doing good. We're actually discussing about addictions today. And yeah. I think like so when you're saying like, you know, your mom's like addicted to like smokes and stuff like that, I think that's the same that can be said for, you know, anyone and everybody that smokes regularly, because it's almost like a stress relief. But then on the back end of it, it's kind of like, because they're constantly stressed, you know, it's like, shit, I need to smoke. And that's why I think like the mental state, like your mental awareness or your mindset very, very much is what is in control of the whole addictive stage. So
and which like I think one of the biggest issues when it comes to like addiction too, like for some people, like when it comes to family members, etc., is that certain ones you can't like understand why people are addicted to it. Like you just don't understand like what's the cause of their addiction. Like for example, like I'll admit, like my grandmother died from cancer from smoking cigarettes, and so like soon after my mother literally started smoking cigarettes and is addicted to them. And I can understand they're a stress reliever, but I just don't understand, like, because of just how much my mother personally went through, because her own mother got cancer through cigarettes. Why would she go and do the exact same thing that her mother did? Like I haven't been able to fathom my head around it in the aspect of things. Like I'm still trying to this day, trying to still find the reason as to why my mother would do the exact same addiction that
Maybe
she
because it's
so
her
badly
way
experienced.
of. I think the thing is, like, when people kind of go through things, we don't really know how they deal with it. Perhaps smoking is how she deals with it, but it's not necessarily the correct way to deal with it because she's only putting herself in the same position. And it's kind of like an out of sight, out of mind thing because it just comes so naturally. It's not seen as a problem until it becomes a problem. And that's the danger of it, I think. And I think when we kind of notice these things happening, the best thing we can do is just say, oh, hey, I'm actually smoking a lot. Everything okay? Do you think it's a good idea? And then kind of do it that way, because then you're not kind of pressing them, but at the same time, you're still showing a lot of concern because you don't want, like, you don't want her to go through the same thing. So,
and which, like, one of the ways that, like, I saw, like, reason as to why she did it is because it was her one way of, like, staying, like, I guess in a way, quote, connected to her mother by doing something that she used to do heavily, even though it is an unhealthy thing. She saw it as like, oh, if I do this, then I could still stay connected to my mother in some way, which is a very depressing thought at the same time, like having to take up an unhealthy habit just to like
still have
feel
that.
closer to like one of your like someone that you lost. Like it's a very saddening thing to watch, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Hey Vince, welcome. Yo, Ebonix, hello sweetie, how are you? Hold on one sec. I have an addiction to planning to do blah blah blah. Oh my god, words are so hard. Ebonix, thank you so much for the host, babe. I appreciate it. And you've unlocked an achievement called Host with the Most, which means you get 1,000 cookies for unlocking that achievement. How you doing, girlie? How was the rest of your stream yesterday? And can we get a shout out for Ebonix Sims, please? She is someone who I met during Twitch London. The same day I actually met Craven as well. She's a Sim streamer. She's really cool.
For you, Dark Wolf, for the aspect of how long are we planning to do the podcast, I would say it usually goes up to like 4 hours, sometimes longer, depending on the content of the, like just how much content we have for the stream and like how much, let's say, response we get to the stream and the accord of like people talking, that type of stuff. If like people engage with us a decent bit, then we can definitely have a very long conversation. But it all really depends on that aspect of just running out of the content and being able to actually be able to have an open discussion with everyone about it.
Yeah, exactly. And also thank you so much for the host, my love. Oh yes, loves cookies. That's my girl. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, the stream was too lit. Thank you so much for coming through. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Anytime, my lovely. Anytime. So if you guys want to do ! Topic in the channel, just so you know what we're talking about. And obviously if you've got any input, any questions, feel free to throw them in. But yeah, as Chris said, like when we do the podcast or the streamcast, I should say, we tend to go on for a good 3.5 to 4 hours, maybe longer. I think the mental health one that we did, that was like that went over 4 hours, I think.
I think that was 6 hours or something like that.
God, was it that long?
Yeah, 6 to 7 hours. Yeah, I believe so.
Jesus.
That one was a really long one. There was a lot of reception around it, so
yeah, which was good. So we are going to be. So just to let you guys know, actually, before we continue, the mental health streamcast that we did with Crit, Jimmy, Craven, and Naru, we are going to be doing that one again. Not next week, but potentially the week after, because what I want to do is kind of give it a bit of breathing space, and everyone that was in that stream that comes back for it, we are going to basically check on how you guys are doing, kind of like a follow-up, you know, from that streamcast, to see like if anything had changed, if you're doing anything different, anything like that. So Vince said, had a lot of drug addictions, I got sober from thing. Oh, that's really good. But you know what, not everyone can do that. So let's go through the types. There's a few types of addictions. Obviously we've touched upon things like coffee, drugs, smoking. you know, things like work, the internet, obviously different types of solvents and whatnot, things like
Pretty
that.
much anything can be addiction. It just
Yeah.
depends on if it's healthy or not, really, to be honest. Like, I could be
That's
addicted
true.
to masturbating. I could be addicted to fucking petting my cat, for example.
I'm addicted to
Fucking-
looking
it
at your
really
cat. But yeah, everything and anything can be an addiction. Basically, addictions are something that is commonly, like, they're just associated with doing things in excess and doing it so much that you don't even realize it's an addiction until, like, for example, for me, I would probably say that one of my addictions is eating ice, but that's not because I just want to eat ice all the time. It's because I'm anemic. So with people that have anemia, they need to chew on things. So it could be anything from like paper, plastic, cardboard. But luckily for me, it was ice. So for me, I feel like it's not that bad. But it's because I have low iron. So it's like, in a way, it's still an addiction, but it's because of an ongoing problem or something, again, like that your mindset is actually kind of forcing you into. Yeah, I did a lot of heavy stuff. Really? So, Vince, if you don't mind, how did you get yourself out of it? So many people die from overdose later on. They don't know when's enough. And that's the thing, though. That's the like, for example, people that are addicted to like cocaine, let's say, they'll do it because they enjoy the rush that they get from it, or you know the feelings that they get from it. Because people that do heavy drugs have gone through a lot of bad stuff, or they do it for social reasons or whatever. But it just takes one bad batch, let's say, that can screw them up and eventually could end up killing them. But they will never know because they're so used to doing it, if that makes sense. You went to military school to better yourself. But you know what, is that a choice that you made personally, or was you put into that situation, Vince? Dark Wolf says, but indeed, you chewed on ice or melted in. What do you mean? I chew on ice. I feel like going to get some now, but I'm not going to. I can control myself to a certain degree. Alright, so gambling is also an addiction.
Which isn't a major one. The major ones are like alcohol, drugs, gambling. What's the other one? I believe.
Work or nicotine?
Sleeping. Nicotine, yeah.
I'm not a native speaker over here, Nani. What do you mean? Hey.
She doesn't speak good English, or so potentially. Will
You're
not
fine,
speak
Wolfie. You are fine, Wolfie.
It's okay. Indy was never a good speaker of English anyways.
Yeah, and Crit was never a good listener of anything, so it's all good. We work hand in hand.
Feels fucking bad. He's so feels bad.
It's all love. It's all good. Alright, so... Oh my god, it's fucking hot. It is really, really hot today. So shall we go straight through to the questions that you've come up with, Crit?
Oh yeah, we can do that, or if you got some questions too, with that session, we can do those ones too if you want.
Yeah, I can't even remember which one. I did have a few, but it's just like... I think, when did what? Let me just have a look at where yours ended. I think I only had like a few little questions, so it wasn't actually a lot. The tea while drinking green tea, yo. Actually, before we even get on the questions, do you guys have any questions about addiction? Like, is there anything that you guys want to know that you would like us to answer? I mean... Oh, Wolfie. So I'm just checking some extra question. Oh my god, that too. Like, I know a lot of people that are addicted to coffee. Like, I know people that are like, oh my god, I can't live without coffee. Like, they will get so miserable if they don't have one. It's actually quite... I can't even I don't know. For me, it's a little bit over the top, but I will never understand someone who needs to have coffee like every single minute of every single day. So, yeah. All right, I've seen where your questions end. Ha! I only had like 3 extra questions because otherwise it'll end up kind of causing like repetition. So, all right. So, we'll go through your ones, Crit. I mean, I'm just gonna go down the line. I drank one cup, one at 8 p.m. and had an all night. What was the all nighter for, if you don't mind me asking? All right, so the first question is, do you have an addiction? So I know you kind of touched upon this already, Crit, but can you list out any addictions that you have?
Addictions do I have? Let's see here, boys. Well, my crippling depression. Let's start with. I'm sure.
You're such a shit.
Try out some days I'm like shit. I feel like my depression is fucking goddamn addiction sometimes. But no, like on the serious side of things, I don't know. It's I don't know. For me, as like from how I've seen things, like I haven't really.
Hold on, I need to let her in because she's meowing. One sec.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if I should wait for her to get back or not. Or should I just secretly talk shit about her when she's not here, boys? Kappa.
Come on. Get it.
Well, boys, it's Critical's cat stream now, boys. We're taking over Indy's channel. No need for Indy now. Just the cat. Cat is the best. Now you see this? Yeah, as soon as I touch your belly, then you wake up, okay?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, we're talking about how we're getting rid of you.
Shut up.
See, we're replacing you with the cat. It's better content.
So Crit's addicted to being a dick to me. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think when it comes to myself, I've actually regulated myself decently to where like I deal with a lot in life in the general scheme. I actually workaholic is probably the only one I could probably give myself. Actually, now that I think about it. I just completely forgot my workaholic aspect of things, even though I do make a joke about that being my addiction. But in the grand scheme of like other things, like I do deal with a lot of bullshit in life, and it's one of the reasons why I am a workaholic is because just to take my mind off things. So like that's like my decision of like a healthy and non-healthy type of addiction, because I would rather be a workaholic than be like an alcoholic or like a drug addict or drug addict or something like that, etc. Like I would just that was my way of going 50-50 with the unhealthy and healthy aspect.
Would you say that's like, do you think there are any other addictions that you have that you may not even recognize you have?
Let me think. A lot of people say I'm fucking addicted to bread because goddamn fresh bread is fucking
bread.
But
bread is
dude,
dead.
Dude, if you can get fresh bread, I will fuck fresh bread. It is so fucking good. Fresh bread is just a part, like, especially sandwiches, dude. Fucking sandwiches. If a sandwich isn't a sandwich unless you have the freshest of bread, that shit is just
so true.
Like, fucking like that's what makes up so much of the sandwich, and you just need that in your life to be able to really truly enjoy. It's just. But no, I think like in the sense of like things like I don't honestly know there's other things that I can really realize that I'd be addicted to that I don't. None that I could see from my perspective. Like really the only one I could really see myself doing like on a consistent basis that I do, especially to get like past stuff, would be mostly just my being a workaholic. In the grand scheme of like anything else, I can't think of anything else that I do consecutively. Consistently is probably the better word for that, actually. No, I don't think it. Maybe I would say like somewhat in the sleep aspect of things, but technically not. Like I don't know if I could really put how I sleep in the aspect of things as an addiction. Like yeah, I do stay up consistently like a lot of times and don't sleep really, but
you don't sleep at all. If you sleep, I kind of feel bad like ever waking you up. So it's just really rare.
best way to go, boys. Just don't never sleep, and then whenever you do sleep and people wake you up, then you just make them feel guilty, and then you just feel better about yourself. Capital.
Oh, I don't like feel guilty all the time. Just most of the time.
That's fucked up. I don't feel guilty all the time.
Hey, Tipsy, what's up, sweetie? And Moustache, welcome, guys. How you doing? How's everyone?
For people on stream, the cat might move off cam for a moment. I got out of my chair for a moment to go upstairs to see about food. So you probably won't see the cat for a few.
Well, she's laying down very comfortably right now. So.
Okay, perfect. That works for me. As long as she stays in her bed.
Yeah. So basically, like I'd say for me, I don't know. Like from an addiction side, I guess
You're
wanting to get
fucking
things.
licking.
I really am. Ironically, I don't lick as much in real life as I do online. I think I'm just addicted to online banter. I think like I love the idea of kind of creating like or showing off actually that other side of me. Like I will, I'll lick Driz every so often, but 9 times out of 10 he'll be playing Overwatch and like I think hold on a minute, if I lick his face now, then he'll be like, fuck, I've got and he'll kind of get killed and lose his concentration. But then if the game ends and then I lick his face, then I'm like, hold on, wait, will that still work? So I have to wait until he's walking away from the screen to do random stuff. Because I have to be very mindful of things like that. D is addicted to being kind. Yo, do you know what? Red, somebody actually told me that today. And when I say someone, I'm talking about my mom. So I was actually on the phone to her and I was going through a situation. And I was like, I don't want to upset this person, even though they're upsetting me. And she's like, your problem is you're addicted to being the nice person all the time, even though in your head, you know that they don't deserve such kindness. And I'm like, but I'm very much of that mindset that I will treat people how I want to be treated. So why should I be an asshole to someone? Because I don't want to be treated that way. I love your cat so much. Welcome, sad daughter. It's not actually my cat. It's critical move every time. Critical's cat. My cat is somewhere over there eating her food. But Crit's cat is on screen right now. That's Fiona. She's a cutie. She's a little baby. And right now she's being very, very, like, well put. She's just sleeping, basically. But welcome. This is your first time here. I've not seen you here before, sad daughter. So it's lovely to meet you guys. Can we get some hellos in the chat for our newest viewer? I'm just trying to be timed out. Why are you trying to be timed out for, Wolf? Don't do that. Don't be silly. So too many people, but so many people are Overwatch. God, I hate it. Do you know what? I would rather deal with Overwatch than deal with Fortnite. Just saying, throwing it out there.
But I don't know. I feel like one of them is like, it's like comparing, So Fortnite's trash, and then you're like comparing something that is just a teeny bit above trash, and you're just like, well,
welcome back, Kat.
This is how it is. And like, I would rather Overwatch, but at the same time, you're very close, but also at the very same time, you're very far.
Yeah, I think like, with Overwatch though, there's a level of toxicness that you can kind of deal with, but with Fortnite, it's just, can you deal with the toxicness from under 18s?
9-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Yeah, exactly. Compared to Overwatch, where they just are either smurfing or whatever, Fortnite is 100 times better. You want to be timed out. I don't know why you're trying to push these buttons, but Wolf, behave yourself. I have 2 very, very active mods who will do things, and I don't want that to happen. Just saying. Don't you dare unsub, how dare. I'll
touch you inappropriately.
No, it's because you said that you're trying to get, what's the word? You were trying to get timed out. So that was in answer to that. Do not. I was joking. I know. Jesus Christ. Sense the tone. Sense the tone, my friend. But I still love you, Wolfie. Oh no. Cat is literally on it, like, as well. But let's move on. Let's move on. So let's see. What was one of your questions? What happened? Oh my god! I think I did something. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z.
Stop losing my questions, bro.
No, I didn't. I think I typed over one of them.
Wow.
It was an accident. If you have an addiction, why do you find... Oh, there we go. So the next question is, if you have an addiction, why do you find that you're addicted to it? So, what do you think, Crit?
I would say for me, reason why I find myself to be addicted to the workaholic aspect of things is like I've dealt with depression since I was a very young kid. It got worse a few years back, and generally I find that one of the ways that I can, like, some people see it as, and I'm avoiding my depression, but at the same time, one of the ways I feel like I can diagnose my depression, or not diagnose, mitigate, handle, some type of wording around there, handle it, because like I've tried other things, like I've tried therapy, I've tried prescription medication, etc. Like I've tried that stuff for a long time, and it hasn't, for me, it hasn't worked. Other people it does. For me, it just hasn't worked. So when it comes to that aspect of things, I find that being workaholic provides me an outlet where I can focus more on the work aspect of things and feel good about like my productivity of like what I'm doing, while at the same time not having as many negatives, where really my negative is just I don't really sleep as much, which that's better than me drinking all the time or going into like doing nicotine or something along those lines. Like I find like it's better to be a workaholic for me than to go into something that could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
A lot more affecting.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed, I'm having the same thing. Oh no. Distraction is a coping method. Yeah, that's actually very true. That's the thing. I mean, I don't even know. I think if I'm like, for me, being addicted to being a nice person or just being nice in general, I don't personally, I don't see it as an addiction. Per se.
Morals?
Yeah, I just have morals, and like they're not always the best, but at the same time it's very, very much like I prefer being nice to people, because I have what is like known as a resting bitch face. And basically if I'm like on this train or I'm like walking, I've got like that tunnel vision mode where it's kind of like, fuck, I don't really want to say anything to her in case like she fucking takes my head off. But it's not that I'm like genuinely quite nice. It's just that, I don't know. I feel like sometimes because I know that I don't always look approachable, I feel like I've got to be extra nice to balance out the fact that sometimes I don't look like I can be approached. So,
I would say when it comes to your addiction, like technically it is an addiction. Like I would say, you kind of have like the dedication of an addiction, like of an addict, let's say, but you don't. But it's not an actual like addiction, really, per se. It's just
that's what I'm thinking.
You just have very similar prospects to being an actual addict in that accord of things. Like your amount of motivation that you put into actually being nice is that of compared to an addict, essentially. Would probably be the best way to foresee that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think if there are any other addictions, because even though I like to work and work very hard, sometimes I can be really lazy. So it's kind of like, again, it's very difficult to kind of determine what addictions. So obviously I'm not addicted to drugs. I'll drink casually. I don't drink all the time. Gambling. You're addicted to shh. Don't tell everyone. Jeez, cat. I am addicted to cookies, so they are really nice. I find a lot of streamers and influencers are addicted to attention. That is also very true. but that is something that is very, very difficult for people, because a lot of people think, oh yeah, you know, if you stream, you're streaming because you want to get attention, you want people to see you, but not everyone streams for that reason. So, but it is one of the biggest reasons, I guess, for the majority of streamers to stream, right? I'm just thinking, I'm addicted to my phone. Shut up. You stream to just pick on me for like no reason.
Fair. I just stream so that I can fucking berate fucking Indy whenever she comes in. Because
and the thing is, he knows I always fucking come in. That's the thing. I always come in, even though I know he's gonna treat. It's like an abusive relationship. I'm addicted to the abuse that Crit gives me when he's streaming, because I know deep down he doesn't mean to be an arse. He just can't help it.
I'm just a well-managed asshole. Come on.
You're a resident asshole rather than a resident sleeper. Is that what you're gonna change your thing to now?
Nah, man. Resident sleeper whenever I'm watching boring content. Resident asshole.
Guess what, guys? You know what he's thinking? You know what he's thinking when he says boring content? He's thinking, yeah, like Indies content.
That's true!
He wants to say it! He wants to say it.
That's so fucking... I was like, he's content for Resident Sleeper. This is right. And I was like, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to see if she's going to say it.
He knows. He knew. Thank you, Kat.
Let's go. Pat bit clap, boys. Pat bit clap.
Oh, Kat. I knew what you meant. Your smile is worth $1 million. Oh, Tipsy, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. Wolf, you're so mean. I really like those streamcasts. Thank you, Moustache. I love having you guys in here when we're doing these as well. I mean, I love having you guys in general, but especially when we're doing the streamcast, because it actually means that we can actually talk properly rather than focusing on like gameplay or anything like that. So it's always quite fun.
Hi, Kat. I'm back.
Aww, she's been really good. She's just been chilling.
Whoop.
She just literally tried to push her ankle out of the way. She's like, get that out of my face.
Yeah, you get out of my way, Kat. Look.
She's
okay,
so
I'm back.
cute.
Now I can actually watch the chat.
Oh yeah. Yes, Kat definitely has a caffeine addiction. Most definitely. What about bread, Kat? We were talking about bread just like about 10 minutes ago. But no worries, sweetie. Take your time, Tipsy. Oh my god, bread, yes. Though addiction is not a topic I have to say a lot about, like any other stuff. Yeah, I mean, so what we did a whatchamacallit, we did a vote on Twitter, and like addictions won by 31%, with streamer help and guidance not that far behind it, like 28%. Gaming and retro stuff was 21. TV shows, animes, and movies were 21 as well. So it's actually quite good. I mean, like I'm more than happy to kind of do that regularly. Kevin, do we have the same addictions? Caffeine, bread, radiation. Oh god.
Radiation? Question mark? Hello?
Yeah, you can tell us more about the radiation. I'd like to know about that. So, do you find that your addictions are healthy? Fallout. Fair enough.
For me personally, I would say my addiction's healthy because it keeps me on track, usually, and it's better than my other alternatives.
True. I think. Do you know what? I just realised what I'm addicted to looking at the floor. I've just realised.
Why?
Okay, so this all kind of started back when I was in Japan. Like the first time I ever went, the place was so freaking clean. Like everywhere I went, it was so clean. I could literally walk barefoot in Japan and not worry about like stepping in something horrible, having like shitloads of dirt all over the floor, all that kind of stuff. And then when I came back to the UK, and I was walking through Central, it was very much like, I've got to mind my step. I don't want to like walk on anything that's awful. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, like when I walk, I can walk, I can look forward and walk straight and all that, but sometimes I will always look at the floor because I don't want to, like, step in anything horrible. Or, like, if people, like, when people are shedding, especially women, and they've got fucking hair all over the floor, I don't want to step on that. I don't want that to be caught on my shoes because they didn't brush their fucking hair at home, you know? So it's like, if I don't look at the floor, I feel I've, you know, stepped on something I shouldn't. And I'm always looking down when I'm walking, even at work. It's just weird.
You say you don't want to step in hair, but yet you always step on me even though I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, but you're the kind of one I can deal with. I shed. Yeah, but cat, that's fine. You're a cat. You're meant to shed. That's okay. Like, things that I am very, very aware of, like, for example, like, if someone comes to my house, and they shed, yeah, I will clean it up, but it's not like I'm out on the street. That kind of thing. I have the same thing about the floor. It's when I feel super, oh my god, why can I not talk? What is going on with me today?
When I have the same thing about the floor, it's more of when I feel a bit antisocial. Which I would say is something I generally have too, I think, Dark World, sometimes. When I generally feel antisocial, I try to find, like, something to pay attention to. Sometimes it's the floor, but I kind of feel like the floor is kind of the most awkwardest and worst one to kind of look
because you're not looking at anyone and you're not paying attention to them, kind of.
So if I just pay attention to what's, like, around somebody, then they believe I'm still paying attention. I'm just really not. I'm just kind of, like, looking somewhere else.
Yeah. But I mean, in the thing of, you know, do you find your addiction healthy? I personally don't think I find that healthy. For me, I don't think so. But, like, for example, for Crit's one, where he is working a lot, in a way it's healthy for him, and he doesn't find it unhealthy because he's occupying his time in a way that is good for him. So, but other people may see it as it being unhealthy for you because they see that you're not sleeping as much as most people do, and you're just doing nothing but work.
It's a very special situation. When it comes to addiction, like, you have to really outweigh the pros and the cons. With me, because I don't go out, I have the perk to where being a workaholic is not much of a problem, really. Because the thing is that by me not going out, it doesn't matter if I don't get much sleep, because only having about 4 hours of sleep is fine for someone who's just mentally exhausted. And so, like, in that accord of things, it's perfectly well, like, good to be, like, reasonable to be in that type of situation. When it comes to that accord of things, I got distracted, but I'm retweeting something.
Okay.
What do you call it? So for me, yeah, personally, it's not a problem. But for other people, probably quite a bit of a problem. Like, if, for example, someone was a workaholic and they had to go outside the house and all this other bullshit, etc., yeah, it would probably be very unhealthy, solely because of the sheer fact of just how much you have to, just like waking up, you have to get yourself prepared for the day, going out, and all, like, the transportation, all that bullshit. There's just so much more added stress. With me, for being a workaholic, all I literally have to do is get up, take a shower, and then go on my computer. That's literally all I have to do. Sometimes I have to occasionally go out for work, but that's, like, rare as fuck.
Yeah. So, like, let's see, we've got things here like, you know, what causes addictions, which we kind of did actually kind of cover. And I mean, in that kind of respect, obviously, because you just have to kind of get up, shower, and then work, do you feel that it's made your addiction a lot bigger than it actually is? Because, like, obviously,
like, the addiction itself is bigger than it is, like,
do you
for
feel
me,
like it's
or
growing?
general?
Just, well, both. I mean, do you feel that it's growing because you know what the cause is, you know why you're doing it, but do you feel that the more you do it, the bigger it gets?
I would say, personally, when it comes to the grand scheme of things, it is generally, in general, for everyone, yeah, it's becoming more of an issue because of how companies are and so that's such right now, with making their employees have to work quite hard and all that bullshit. But in the aspect of me, yeah, it's kind of becoming more of a negative per se right now, mostly just because quite a bit of why am I fucking having your issue now?
Yay, it's spreading!
Fuck you.
Yes, complete.
So like for me personally, because quite a bit of the aspects of my life have been going down the drains. Yeah, it's becoming a bit of a problem because I don't have the support structure that I used to have. So it is becoming more of an unhealthy thing solely just based on my support structure. Once I fix that, then it's fine, but that's gonna take time.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that turns out.
I mean,
But
do you think you'll ever stop being addicted to it?
I think yes. Like logically, I know that I can stop doing it. It's just the sheer fact of right now I have nothing to replace it. I have nothing to replace my, like I have nothing to fuel my what I'm trying to get away from, I guess, in the aspect of things and what I'm trying to handle and deal with. So because I have no way of being able to remedy that right now, my best option is to do that, is to stay in the aspect of doing the workaholic aspect of things because there's nothing better. So why get rid of the current system if there's nothing better to help?
But then, I mean, isn't that just replacing an addiction with another one? Do you think?
I would say you could see it as in like like an alcoholic. Sometimes they drink because they're trying to get through stuff, and sometimes alcoholics stop being alcoholics once they fix the issue of why they're an alcoholic. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So if I find a more healthier addiction, then I'll start doing that until I can. And so I'll keep on doing these addictions that I know that are logically sound in the sense of they're healthy, until I can remedy my issue. Because because the thing is, there's no point of me not doing an addiction in some form if I'm unhealthy, because then I'm just asking for my mental insanity to be not as great.
Oh, you coming up? Hello. What's up? But yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't think I'm ever gonna stop being addicted to what I'm addicted to. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't feel that it is at a stage where it's a problem where it needs to be stopped. But I feel like sometimes it can be drawn back a little bit. So I don't know, it kind of depends on the situation or the circumstances that you're in. How do you think, in fact, guys in the chat, how are you feeling about stuff like this? I mean, have you guys got any opinions on this so far? So feel free to kind of like pop it in. Sorry, be right back. No worries, darling. Take your time, Kat. And I mean, like, Red, same thing for you. I mean, do you find that things like this are healthy? Do you think it could ever be stopped? Nothing comes to mind? No, that's alright. I mean, this is kind of, this is a topic that is very, no one really talks about it. Everyone knows about it, but no one really talks about it. That's why we kind of like to kind of pick obscure topics, because then at least people kind of think about it and have an opinion on it, right? I mean, yeah, of course you can, but you're just replacing one with another. I think addiction is a difficult topic. Hey, Nubsy, what's up? Never really thought about it. Yeah, exactly. It's a difficult topic because no one thinks about it, but it exists, right? And like I said, if we were just talking about drugs or whatever, it's easy to talk about because that's the go-to. You're right, love? Yeah, I'm good, sweetie. It's just been a very busy day. Sorry guys, I've got to go. I sold 8 hours. Oh, no worries, sweetheart. Take it easy, Wolf.
Red, are you asking Indy or are you asking me with my earlier subject that I brought up?
Yeah, Red, is it me or Pretty?
For that aspect. Oh,
Oh,
just
just in general.
I would say, in my opinion, when it comes to replacing one addiction with another, it's generally not as much of a problem as long as you're doing it right. Yes, it's not good to be addicted, but you got to remember that addiction can come in good forms. So as long as you're making sure that your quote addiction is of good sounding, let's say, is probably a wording for it, then it's fine. Like, for example, if I traded my overeating to where I just drank a lot of fucking water, then yeah, it wouldn't be bad for me to trade that addiction for that other one. Like, that's what some people do, in that accord of things. So I would say generally it's not problematic as long as you're going to another addiction that isn't more harmful than the one you were just doing.
Yeah.
Like, if I went from my workaholic one to where I'm an alcoholic, which conveniently I have alcohol on my camera.
Do
But
you?
fucking,
Oh my god, what alcohol?
that's what this is. It's
What is
fucking
it?
it's peach schnapps currently.
Oh, I've not had that in ages. It's nice with
I
lemonade.
know, it's actually really nice, but I
But
only
it's
have
not.
it
It's not that strong though.
No, it's only about 25% fucking alcohol content, I believe, if
That's
I'm correct.
right.
And I can't be fucked to have hard liquor. I just do not like hard liquor anymore. Like, when I used to be fine with hard liquor, but now I just don't like it. Beers I don't like, so pretty much now it's just peach schnapps until I find a new one.
Really? Oh, I'm gonna have to change that.
Mhm.
Now you
Or,
have to come to TwitchCon.
Yeah, come on. I'm not gonna come to TwitchCon just to get drunk. Hello?
Yeah, you should. Nubsy said he's addicted to nicotine, caffeine, and really biting your nails. I used to bite my nails a lot when I was younger, and then I realized how nice my hands look with my nails long, so I just grew them out. I've never, but that is also an addiction. But doesn't like biting your nails? Some people say biting your nails refers to like nervousness or something. Is that actually true?
Nervousness and uneasy and anxiety, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what it gets affiliated with at times, yes.
Yeah, and cracking my bones. Yeah, I do that sometimes too, but
I do that when I'm outside. Sorry to cut off. I do that
Yeah.
when I go outside. Yeah, that's what I do. I literally just I crack my neck. I crack and or I move my neck in a fucking like when you go to like try to crack it. So even if I can't crack, I just do that and like that's just my fucking quote tick when it comes to my fucking anxiety and shit to try to manage it so I don't look like a fucking idiot while having an anxiety attack.
Yeah, I hear that. Oh my god, Red, that is so lazy. You bite your nails because you can't be asked to find a clipper. Fuck it up. Keep it next to you. Oh my god. I mean, let's see. It vanishes. How does it vanish? What do? Do you just like put it down and forget where it is? Wear it on your keyring, Jesus. That will basically be classed as a weapon. Do you think you can help someone? Oh, sorry, no, go on, sorry.
No, you can ask yours. I was just gonna ask Nubsy why he finds himself addicted to caffeine and
Oh no, go on, ask that. That's fine.
nicotine.
Did you hear that, Nubsy? Let's see. I don't know. Like I used to smoke a lot when I was younger, but I don't know. I don't really get the kick out of it.
So, so it's very possible to Nubsy, the reason why if you don't drink coffee, you get headaches is because your body is so adapted to having coffee that it, what do you call it, that it gives you headaches for not having it. Just like how with drug addicts, etc., or like alcoholics, if they don't have what they've had for so long, like their body adapts to having it. So by not having it, you have the side effects, and the side effects for like one of the main side effects for not having coffee, commonly is headaches, etc. If you literally drink coffee on a daily basis, among other things.
Yeah. Fairly average. Take care, sweetie. Thank you so much for being here. I said hope we have an amazing day. And I drink like 1 liter a day. Just one? You're meant to drink 2 liters a day. Just saying. We'll talk later. Yeah, no worries, sweetie. Point of fact, though, I really got. Oh my god, I got really good at it. Jesus Christ, why can I not read anything out? Hold on, wait. 1 liter of coffee. So I thought you meant water.
You get 1 liter of fucking water. Hello.
Because he said I drink like 1 liter a day, and I was just instantly referred to water. I'm sorry.
This is why you're special.
Yes, and you all love my specialness. I can join if you want. That's up to Critty as well. It's a joint thing.
I don't know. It's a bit of a fucking debatable one, to be honest, in that quarter things. Mostly just because of the sheer fact of what do you call it? I don't know.
Coffee doesn't even taste good. Certain coffee doesn't taste good, like espresso. I don't like.
Okay, I will agree with you 100%. Fucking mustache. Coffee fucking does not taste good at all for me, in my opinion.
Mocha tastes nice, but that's because it's got chocolate in it. It kind of balances out the coffee. So if I'm gonna have coffee, it's either gonna be black coffee that I already have, or it would have to be mocha with like fuckloads of chocolate in it. Yeah, but the thing is with lattes though, I'm sorry, I had a hiccup. Lattes are more milk. It's like a milky coffee. I can't even eat coffee flavored candies. Oh, but I do drink coffee flavored alcohol. Black Patron is really nice. Yeah, latte is more milk than coffee. It's like basically to make a latte, I think it's like 1 or 2, like 1 by default espresso shot, and the rest of it is steamed milk. That is literally it. Same as cappuccino. I don't mind cappuccino, but I don't like... When I was in Italy, we had a lot of coffee, and it really, really upset my stomach. I really didn't like it. It actually made me feel sick. What foods are people addicted to, actually? Crit, what about you? What are you addicted to eating? Or drinking?
Drinking, pop right now. Because I really hate the fuck out of water, so really pretty much pop, and chocolate milk would be still one of my fucking. I'll fucking love chocolate milk. I'd fuck anyone for chocolate milk. To be honest.
Same as you would for bread, right? Like fresh bread.
I feel like fresh bread and fucking chocolate milk are the two things where I would marry somebody if they had fucking a chocolate cow.
A chocolate cow.
Chocolate milk.
I was gonna say something really bad. I'm really glad I kept that one to myself.
It's okay, Dindy. You're my chocolate cow.
Oh, hello.
Get married.
Well, fucking propose then. Sort it out.
Yo, I would, but you know, it's debatable. Like,
why is it debatable?
I don't know, man. It's like, should I fight Drizzy for that or not, or should I just like completely shut down his dreams of, you know, achieving the greatness there?
He's not even home yet. Oh shit, sorry Nubsy, I missed out the word true. I don't even know. I don't like espresso. Yeah, espresso is too strong. Italians are known for strong coffee. Yes, that is very true.
I'm espresso depresso. Let's go, boys.
I don't know. Coffee's just not... I see why people like it a lot. I see why people really enjoy it because it gives them like kind of like that kick. Kind of like when people drink energy drinks like Monster and stuff like that. They like the kick or the effect that it gives to them. It's almost like a drug, to be honest. But too much caffeine is bad for you, surely. Plus, there are other ways to get caffeine.
It's too bad.
And even for you, like because you said you drink a lot of pop, but even that isn't good for you because the you know the bubbles and the fizz inflates your stomach. So when you kind of feel like kind of bloated or you get that kind of gassy feeling where you have to burp all the time, that's because of all of that in soda. What are you eating? What are you eating? I like how he just slowly sneaks in the fork, and that poor cat, she's like, what are you doing? What is that?
Tuna.
Oh, tuna.
Joey's-
she looks like she
Joey's
wants to
harassing
lick.
me for the tuna.
Oh, she's licking it. She's licking it in her sleep. Like she's half asleep and she's like licking it and she's like nomming. Why are you doing that to the floof? Shaky as a kick. Oh no. Another one bites the dust. Oh no. You also hold on to fat cells better with soda. Really? Luna is a tuna. Oh no. Missy actually doesn't eat a lot of tuna. Like she prefers like red meat or chicken. Like
Yeah,
the raw stuff. She doesn't really go for like.
She is just a tuna itself.
Oh my. Oh shit, that's a child. I thought that was someone's cat. Alright, so another question is, how do you think you can help someone who is dealing with an addiction that could potentially be harmful to them? Spooky, your place is on. No, someone outside, Red. Somebody outside is making child noises, so to speak. So these places haunted, ghost children, don't say things like that. I have to actually sleep tonight. Intervention, what do you mean? So yeah, what do you think then, Crit? Like, how can you help somebody who is dealing with an addiction that may not realize it's actually harmful to them?
I would say it really depends on the person and it depends on the addiction. You could, depending on like your relation with them, you could potentially have a chat with them about how it would be like, how like you've noticed that they were addicted to this. So let's say like alcohol. So you could say like, hey bud, like I'm worried about you. I've noticed that you've been drinking quite a bit. Like, is it possible that you might be getting addicted to alcohol? Like, is there something that's going on that's causing you to have this issue?
Yeah.
And if essentially you could find out what the issue is, and depending on the issue, you could find a plan to be able to remedy that issue and remedy the alcoholism too at the same time. So depending on the issue, you could either get rid of the addiction right off the bat, or you could potentially help them on replacing it with something more healthier.
And what if they don't necessarily go for that? Like,
I would say it generally depends on what your relation is with that person. Like if you're trying your best to try to get them past that get them past like their addiction, like something that's actually generally affecting them, and they're choosing to not like listen and or like want to do anything to really help them.
Yeah.
I would say you're kind of in a sticky situation there. Like you really gotta kind of question like what can you do really if somebody isn't going to let you help them get past something. Then at best you can either, like, depending on the relationship with them, you can either sit there and try to help as much as you can passively, since they won't accept your outright help, or you can just choose to where some just choose not to help and or ignore it. Because if someone is just going to completely just like throw your shit back in your face when you're generally trying to help them, then there's nothing really you can do in a way. And that a question of things. Where like some people, like potentially like you, Indy, you would probably go about the aspect of trying to help passively, even if somebody shot you down.
Yeah. That's something I can't actually help. Hey Ben, welcome to the stream. How are you, darling? Can we get a shout out for Ben, please? I'm not even mainstream addictions, but it was not good. He was in rough shape. Is he better now? Welcome back, Kat. Sorry, Red, that was to you. Is he better now? So Red basically mentioned that he had to do like an intervention with his friend, and it got to a point where he was in such rough shape. His mum had to come and take him away. He said he hopes that he's better. I'm on a bicycle trip to California to go. What? To go to TwitchCon, nice. But I got my bike stolen. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I got my bike stolen on Wednesday, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm so sorry about that. Can you rent bikes nowadays? Can you hire bikes?
I mean, if he's talking about like regular, like an actual bicycle, then yeah, I believe there's some places that rent out bikes and that type of shit.
Oh, okay. I did start a GoFundMe to raise. Oh well, good luck with that though, Ben. I hope you get what you need, hun. I'm in St. Louis right now. Nice.
What's St. Louis even like this time of year?
I don't know. I mean, doesn't I mean, obviously I know you're asking Ben. But if they have seasons like around the same time as we do, wouldn't it kind of be coming up to like the end of summer? Wouldn't it be pretty warm right now?
Right now we've been getting fucked by storms.
A friend of mine's actually in Canada right now. He his wife is Canadian, so she went out there with her son, with their son, and he's just gone out there to meet her. At another streamer's place, so I got to meet 2 streamers IRL. That's cool. Oh, that's really good. That is really, really good. Hey, Sir. I feel like you're gearing up for something. I feel like you're gearing up to say something. Right, so let's see. How is your addiction affecting your well-being?
I'm actually gonna let you answer that one first.
I'd say I don't even know. Like, I don't feel like I said, I mean, for me, my well-being, like, even, like, constantly walking and looking at the floor, I feel like it kind of, it's not good just because it builds up anxiety. Like, fuck, I can't walk here in case I still, like, for example, when it's raining, and you know, like, people throw fucking cigarette butts on the floor, things like that. I hate stepping on that. Even though it's not going to stick to your shoe or anything like that, it's very much like, I don't really want to step on that because A, it's been in someone's mouth, and B, it's been on the floor for God knows how long. Ben, can you not promote, please? You can't do self-promotion. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know you were talking about this earlier and I kind of let it slide. But, yeah. Please, can you not? Crit, can you help get that thread unstuck from Fiona's paw? Oh, Crit, take it off of her.
What?
She's got a little red thread on her paw. On her other one. Oh, look. You know what? Kat just wanted her to touch her own face. I think that's what it was. Well, count me as cold for this, but advertising... Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, that's what I was actually saying, Sia, so thank you. Yeah, well, count me as cold for this, but advertising, you have a GoFundMe on another person's Twitch chat seems a tad bit... Yeah, it's not... I always say do not advertise on the channel unless you ask. You mentioned it once, I said it's fine. You know, I hope you get what you need, but then please stop from there. If you keep going on about it, my love, it's not a good look. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do that to you unless I said, Crit, I'm gonna come on your channel and advertise all my shit. You'd be like, oh, fuck you. Follow me as if I'm a streamer. Shut up, Nubsy. Oh my god. We know times are hard, but there's okay. It's alright, guys. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. We've said it once. We don't need to go on about it.
Okay, so what were you saying about your addiction with the shit?
Yeah, I think that, like... I mean, I think it affects my well-being because I'm so focused on, you know, not stepping on, like, dirty things that I'm not seeing what's around me. And sometimes that could potentially lead to my detriment because let's just say I'm by a road and I'm like, oh my god, there's something on the floor, I don't want to step in it, but I step in the road to avoid it and I get knocked over. It's because I'm like not focusing on what's around me and I'm only focusing on one thing. So I don't think it's something that's actually really good. But it's something that would need to be better maintained because it would help my well-being in general. Crit has a de-addiction. Yeah, he does. He does. You don't step on dirty things, yet you're dirty enough to say, hey, sitting on your face isn't dirty. It's a way of life. Your face is a chair and it needs to be sat on. Surely.
Disappointed.
Yeah, Nubsy's addicted to being a perv. That's his big addiction. And he's probably going to say, I have another big addiction. Ha 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 ha.
His big addiction is you.
Well.
Big girl indie here, boys. Let's go.
The only thing big about me is my
Bag.
boobs. And where we are not booby streamer, guys. There's nothing here to see.
You are a booby streamer. You're wearing a t-shirt that shows half your top half of your tits.
It's called cleavage. It's
cleavage,
called
you know.
Cleavage, and the
Cleavage.
reason why, because it's
Oh,
freaking
perfect.
hot.
Cleavage streamer then.
Should I go and put on another t-shirt? Should I just sweat for you lot?
Yikes.
I feel like that's what. You know what? That's it. I'm gonna go change my top now. I'll be right back. You see what he's
Wait.
done? No, it's too late. It's happening now. I'll be right back.
I swear to God. Well, boys and girls, the real content's about to happen. Let's go. Except for this person who's in the background, who's just, you know, a nobody. Okay, boys and girls, so fucking, as you can see, my cat is fucking adorable. New topic. My cat's the best. Fight me and don't at me. For the aspect of how it affects people around, I guess I'll talk about for me aspect of things, right? I would say when it comes to the aspect of how it affects people around me, if people want to do stuff with me and stuff, etc., I am very Nazi when it comes to my schedule, because I'm a person who time schedules and time manages overall very strictly, let's say. So if I put you in for a time, I can't just normally like be more lenient with it most of the time. And so when it comes to like my workaholic aspect of things, I will literally go back to working if you miss the time. So for example, if I schedule in for like an hour to do something with you and you miss that time, I will literally straight up just go back to work. I won't give a shit. I'll just be like, I'm going back to work. Because the thing is that because at least my work is consistent and I don't have to worry about, you know, something not happening. So, in that general accord of things, I find that it's detrimental when I want to plan to do stuff with people and when people want to plan to do stuff with me. So, in a way, it's kind of detrimental for everyone who's around me when they want to generally do something together. So, that's why, you know, sometimes I get cranky whenever, you know, someone tells me a specific time and then, you know, like Indy, you know, fucking who tells me, yeah, I'll be
Like
here
one
in 5
time
minutes.
that
And then,
happened.
so like she tells me like, yo, I'll be here. I'll be back in like, what was it, like 15 minutes? Like I think
Oh
it
my
was like
god.
5 minutes or something
I
like
said
that.
no. I said
And
I'll be
she
back in
comes
20
back,
minutes.
And then she comes back an hour later, and I'm like, so Indy, are you gonna come, or are you just gonna waste my time or something like this? And then she's just like, oh wait, it's an hour from now? And I'm like, bruh.
I said,
what do you think it
okay.
was?
In my defense, I said I would be like 20 minutes, and it went on for 52 minutes, and he counted it to the fucking minute as well. I'm like, I'm sorry. I think what was I doing? I was cooking and getting changed. Speaking of which, I just went to go and change my top. I ran into the bedroom and literally like threw off my vest top, and I didn't realize that the guy across the fucking building was at his window with it wide open. I'm like, so I literally had to just change in the hallway so he didn't actually like stop and stare. That was quite upsetting. I couldn't even get changed in my own bedroom. And by the way, it wasn't that long.
Also, another way that the workaholic thing kind of affects me is sometimes I would rather fuck off other plans to work. And they're like, I have such a fucking disgusting worth ethic in the aspect that I'm so goddamn like anal when it comes to my worth ethic that I literally will try to multitask to do my other plans. So like if I'm out like hanging with other people, stuff like that, etc. I will literally like leave, like if it's something work related or something that comes up, I will rather leave the thing for a moment to go handle the work thing. Or for example, if I'm like playing like a game or even I'm streaming, I'll literally try to multitask it at the same time, and I'm just like, that's one of the reasons why I also don't stream, because like I have the problem where like like a lot of stuff tends to come up, and I'm just like, fuck, like just shit just comes up, and then I try to like do stuff at the same time as streaming, and I can't focus on the streaming, and then all this other bullshit, and it's one big
Yeah.
fucking big game.
I mean,
Red asked you, how did this affect the people around you? Like, how does your addiction affect people around you?
you know what? Honestly, I don't really think it does. I mean, if I'm looking at the floor, well, actually, it does affect. It will affect risks. If I'm walking with him, I'm paying attention to what he's stepping on as well. Especially like if we're walking together somewhere, and I know that we're both gonna come back to the house, and I'm like, be careful. I don't want you to step on that because I don't want that coming into the house. And he's very much like, oh, hon, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And it's like, it's kind of like that. So it kind of like, it's almost like, I don't want to cause my addiction on somebody else, but at the same time, I don't want him to step. He's there smiling now. He's got a big smile on his face now because he knows, like, it's just like, it's because I just don't want whatever's outside to like come in the house inside. So we've got to clean it, and it's just gonna be a pain in the ass. It's that kind of thing. I think, like, when it's my mum, like, my mum is very much like, oh, you were not like this before you went to Japan. And she's like, I actually blame Japan for the fact that you keep looking at the floor when you're walking. And I'm like, it's not my fault. I don't do it on purpose. It's just because I was so used to being in a place where it was clean. You know, going anywhere else that's dirty is just like, oh my god, I've got to keep on looking. And I know people kind of get annoyed by it sometimes. But it's all about trying to learn how to kind of keep it under control, whereby you are not causing anyone else grief, if that makes sense. So, do you have any kind of questions? Correct.
Is that the last one questions that I was?
No, I've kind of dipped in between. So like, we're coming up to the last two, but one of them we've kind of indirectly answered already. So probably there's one more.
So for Nubsy and the other peepers, do you guys have any interesting questions or anything, like any questions that we've already asked that you'd like to answer to, and then we can expand on potentially with you if you want?
You walk looking at the ground. I do. Like, I have a sense of what's around me, but I can't help looking at the floor when I'm walking because I don't want to step on stuff. Driz is over there smiling because he sees it every day. How often do you hit the pole? I don't. I always look up to see what's around me, and then I look back on the floor because like people spit on the floor as well. I think that's fucking disgusting. I hate that. I'm not gonna stand.
Indy hits the pole every night.
Shh. Don't tell people that. Honestly, who doesn't? Exactly. You have to look where you're walking. Did you know people can get addicted to telling lies? So yeah, they're called pathological liars. It's to a point where people tell so many lies that they actually start believing that their lies are actually truths, which is quite, you know, it's interesting because like it's like they build up a scenario in their head, and because they say it so often to people, they start believing their own lies. I know people that do that a lot. I mean, what other kind of addictions are there? Like, should we go through all of the addictions? Or I mean, we kind of did in a way. We kind of picked out like the most common ones.
We could bring up some of the mainstream ones, and then we could talk about like which ones do you think like people are mostly like most ones that most people tend to go to, among other things.
Okay,
like,
so
which addiction do you think is the most, like the biggest addiction, and or why do you think that's the biggest addiction?
I think if we're gonna go down that route, I would probably say the biggest addiction out there probably be the internet. I'd say the internet is probably the biggest addiction out there. I mean, even as big as drugs or gambling. I think that the internet is probably one of the the most common ones nowadays. I mean, I don't know, what do you think?
I would say, yeah, I agree with you in the aspect of things like that. Like, it is a very fair point of addiction for when it comes to the internet. Like, there's a lot of reasons, like, a lot of people are addicted to just like their phones, like the internet, like just as a whole, like just social media, etc. So yeah, I would say the biggest one is social media, and I feel like there's many people who have brought it up. It's just like a lot of like, I lived up in an era where we didn't actually have like social media and all that bullshit like very easy. Like we had like VCRs and other bullshit. So I grew up when technology grew up. So for me personally, like I didn't get a phone until like I think I was like 16 or something like that. I forget like what age I got a phone, but like it's been a while. Like I took a while for me to get a phone, and that's mostly just because I didn't see a point in having a phone. Now I hardly even use my phone. Now I really just use it to like when I'm not, like I use it to like text people when I'm not away. Sometimes I use it as an excuse to get away from like my anxiety when I'm outside, but other than that, fucking I would say for a lot of people it's literally just their way of just getting like, I guess, feel good. That's one way to put it.
Yeah,
like for some people, like societal things makes them feel good.
Yeah. So let's see, just let you know, I'm not addicted to weed. Oh my god, Nubsy. Is that the opposite? I bet the internet is on the same level as alcohol or drugs, but rarely talked about. You know, the funny thing is, I think it is talked about more than we think. It's just not highlighted as much as like drugs or alcohol, because that is always going to be a go-to. People don't really think the internet is addictive because they're always on it. Like they don't leave it alone. It's like the smartphone is probably like the worst, not the worst thing to have, because you know it's upgrading with, you know, as technology upgrades, but what it's doing is making people a lot more antisocial, and it has knock-on effects to it.
I would say it also has the aspect of like giving people, like for some people, like why they're so addicted to it is just because the dopamine they get from like the liking and all the other bullshit.
Yeah.
And like on top of the whole grand scheme of it too, is that fucking one of the main reasons why people don't like register on like in the internet as a what do you call it, as an addiction, is just because of the sheer fact of they don't see it as something that you could be addicted to. Like alcohol, if you drank a fuckload of alcohol, you could easily see yourself being like an actual addict, because you're like you're going on your way to buy alcohol, drink alcohol to feel the specific way. But when it comes to the internet, people just take it as like a complicit like normal thing to do. So people are just like, it takes up
the time of your day. Like if you know you've got nothing to do, why not just go on the internet? Why not see what the world's doing? Why not watch Netflix? Why not, you know, why not use the internet for what it's, you know, created for? But then at the same time, you don't want it to become so self-involved that you forget about everything that's around you. You know, so Moustache says, for me though, for me social media is not an addicting part of the internet. Well, I suppose for you it wouldn't be, maybe, if you're not necessarily on social media a lot. But for most people it is. Like, as Chris said, like, people that are on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, like, they want people to see what they're doing because they want the likes. It's kind of like with Twitch as well. Like, you know, you want people to come in and see you. You want people to see what you're doing. And the more people that hit that like button, you're like, oh my God, 5 people like what I'm doing. And then you do it again. It's like, oh my God, 10 people like what I'm doing. And then it's like, it then becomes more of an addiction because you feel like you've got to please these people that liked what you did, even though you may not even know who the hell they are, you know. And it becomes that kind of thing. Attention whores. Yeah. I don't believe that everybody that does things on social media is necessarily doing it for personal attention. There are some people that post things up for people to, you know, like when there's political things or marches or, you know, campaigns or things like that, people kind of do it to get the attention for something else other than themselves. But that's very few and far between. For other people, yes, I don't use social media. That's fair enough. Kind of like you, Nubs. Oh, what? Who? Nubs is an attention whore? Nubs is just a whore. Like, let's make that quite clear.
I'll admit, when I was younger, I used to be addicted to like that, the liking bullshit, and it was mostly with Facebook when I was younger, like when I was a
Yeah.
lot more immature and young, and just like I didn't have a control of things yet. But now, like, I think like now, I'll admit, like, in a way, I'm kind of addicted to the aspect of like when it comes to like going, like when I go out, like it's very rare for me to go out. People are like, people take it as in like, wow, you actually went outside. And so like I think like when I go out and like I get like food, for example, I really enjoy taking a picture of my food and showing it to my friends.
Oh, I do that a lot.
Like just because like, and a lot of people do it, like they post on their social media, but for me, I just post it to, I just give it to my friends because like it's nice to tease them with it because like they're jealous of it, and so it's just funny to be able to do that, and I like that, and so I'm just like, well, fuck, why not?
Yeah, I think it's. I suppose it's kind of like a showing off aspect, though, isn't it?
It's mostly just because I'm sadistic and I really love doing fucking. It's like form of like sadism. I don't know, but it's just like a form of just like the reactions that I get off of like, that I get off of people who are just like really like wanting that.
Yeah,
So I would say it's more so on that accord of things, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Except for Discord. Is Discord considered a type of social media? I don't know if it is.
I would say so, yeah.
You think so? I mean, it's a chat forum. Let's be honest. It's a chat forum in the form of servers. Discord is a chatting platform. Yeah. I suppose, yeah, I mean, if you put up a post or something in Discord and, you know, like, people will like it, I suppose, yeah, I guess you can say in that kind of aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't ever really kind of put Discord on the same level as something like Facebook or Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram's the main offender. Like, Instagram's like probably like the easiest way you could actually like say like, yeah, that exists, because Instagram's like literally like the hub of it.
Yeah.
Facebook would probably be second. Twitter would probably be third.
Would you consider YouTube? No, I don't consider YouTube as social media. I consider YouTube similar to like how Twitch is. In a way, it's about like streaming live content or putting up videos. I don't think it's a social media platform, but it has social media elements to it. So obviously you can like, you can view, you can comment, but essentially it's more about getting content up. I think it's a content platform. I don't think it's a social media platform. But that's just my opinion. I mean, what do you guys think? Sometimes people use Discord as social media. Yeah, I guess. I mean, what do you think?
It can be it could be, for example, it is a type of social media, but I guess it really depends on how people treat it. Most people treat it as a chatting platform.
Yeah.
So really, it just comes down to like, how do you treat that aspect of things? It depends on just how you treat it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think even like, I think anything where you can actually upload content, I personally just don't consider it as social media. By the way, I got a date tomorrow. Oh, nice. What's he like? But yeah, like, I'm joking. I thought you were gonna have a date with Red. I'm sorry. You fucking tit. I'm sorry, Nubsy. I love you really. No, what is she like? Let's see. What I mean.
What do you mean? He doesn't know what she's like. It's not even a date. It's just a quote date. He doesn't need to know.
Wow.
He doesn't need to know.
So it's not a date. It's a hookup.
Yeah.
Why don't you just call it a hookup? All right. So what about? What other addictions are probably one of the main ones? What about gambling? So gambling, I feel, could, even though that's quite a big addiction as well, people say that like gambling can result in like a really high high-end mental state where you are literally spending money that you potentially don't have because you feel that you're going to win something, and if you don't win,
That adrenaline rush. And
yeah, very
aspect
much
of like,
so.
oh, I was really close before. I could do this.
Yeah, and it's like you're kind of putting like your time, your energy, your money into
Getting that
into
rush
hoping that
again.
you can win. Yeah, and then when you lose, it's kind of like shit. Now what? Let me try and find some other way to try and get back in this again, because you kind of feel like you'd get a luckier streak. So it's a bit, I don't know. I mean, with gambling, I mean, like I will like buy like scratch cards every so often. If I go on the fruit machine, I'm very selective about the fruit machines that I play. I don't play them as often as I used to. But yeah, Driz, turn down the telly. Oh, honey, they can hear the TV, whatever you're listening to. I couldn't hear it because I got the headphones on. Sorry, guys. Just put your headphones in. Put your headphones in.
Imagine having to put in your headphones. Feels bad.
Oh, because I'm streaming.
Oh no, I know. Take a little shit.
He's watching sports or something. It's probably... Is it Overwatch? What are you watching? Huh? Oh, he's just watching YouTube videos. I was just talking about YouTube. I'm just looking through the list of stuff that we have. Being addicted to something means that it's not having to cause withdrawal symptoms. Actually, do you get withdrawal symptoms if you don't do something that you do regularly? Do you feel that it causes a lot of anxiety? Correct.
Were you asking me a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My mother messaged me for dinner. I gotta make supper in an hour or two. So, fucking, she was just messaging me about supper. So I got distracted for a moment. My apologies.
Oh no, that's alright.
But say again. Sorry.
No, I was that's alright, sweetie. I was asking about withdrawal symptoms in addictions. So if you feel that you haven't done it enough, do you kind of get anxiety? Do you kind of feel like if you haven't done enough work, do you feel that you have to double up because you didn't do enough beforehand? Like, do you feel like you get withdrawal symptoms and stuff like that?
The way I see it when it comes to my addiction, because of how it works, pretty much comes into the accord of that if I don't do it, if I'm not productive and if I don't do my work, then I just get more depressed, because it's one of the main reasons as to why I do it is literally to be able to fuel and or get away from my depression, and among other things. So I would find, yes, in a way it can be anxiety inducing, mostly for the sheer fact of just the effects of like what it's like, what it, like the snowball effect of what's happening because of it, essentially.
So I mean, Nubsy said he does if he doesn't smoke cigarettes or drink coffee. Kat agrees. Moustache says, even though I don't use social media, I would still consider myself an addict to the internet, but I never had withdrawal symptoms. Alright, so this is a question I have for everybody. Could you go 24 hours without any of the things that you are saying that you're addicted to? So, Nubsy, Cat, can you go without coffee and cigarettes? Crit, can you go without not working at all for an entire 24 hours?
Yeah, I could go without 24 hours. For me personally, mostly just because of I have good control. I have good self-control, so I can generally go about that means of things. But I understand that not everyone has good enough self-control to be able to suffer in those hands, let's say. So that's a very understandable part.
That's actually quite interesting. But it's sort of, like I said, if you've got good self-control, then it's almost like a cakewalk, right? But for somebody like Nubs and Cat, where it's something that's very, very they need, it's not always very easy. Kat said she actually started to get nauseous if she goes too long without a cigarette. Wow.
For me, I just have to. It's just a lot of mental fortitude in the aspect where like I have to fight myself mentally, mostly. Like that's how it is for me. Like for me, I just have to fight myself mentally. For them, they have to like they've got the nauseousness and or the other bullshit.
Yeah, perhaps not. What else am I gonna do with that time? But you know what? That's the thing. So I have done a thing where I've not used the internet for an entire day, and what I kind of do is I write, I draw, I try and find things that kind of occupy my time for an entire day. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to go without my phone for an entire 24 hours, but I would actually be willing to try it as well. Kat said, like, over 14 hours and I feel sick. That's not good. Not at all. I can't function without coffee. Jesus. Dear's my tattoo finished yet. I'm still trying to think of what to actually draw for you. Oh my god, Daisy! Hello, sweetheart. Can we get a shout out for Daisy Elizabeth, please? How you doing, Days? It's been ages. Nubsy said, "Crit, stop using expensive words. I'm not." He said, "I'm not a native speaker and I don't know all the words." Oh my god, Crit, are you hearing that? Thank you for doing the shout out. Oh well, Nubsy, that was your response from Crit. He's gonna keep using expensive words. Hello, yeah, I've been so inactive recently, but I'm fine. How are you? I'm good, sweetheart. I'm really good. How are you doing?
Funny enough, that's been like an actual active issue in my life. Like I learned a lot. Like I expanded my vocabulary a lot when I was younger, and I had a lot of issues where a lot of people just did not understand what I meant.
Yeah.
So I had to constantly fucking like teach people what a word meant or all this other shit. So I downed my own fucking vocabulary in the sense of the words that I used because of that shit. And then now like I've gotten to the point to where I want to go back to it, and people said like I should go back to like using my more, let's say, quote, advanced vocabulary rather than using a very short amount of vocabulary.
Yeah.
Just to be able to appease the masses, I guess, is one way to put it. So.
Ah, so Callow, thank you so much for that raid, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome. I don't know. I mean, I was actually about to say something about what you just said, Crit, and now it's just completely gone out of my head. You're welcome. It's my only addiction is raiding you. I can't control it. You can, but yeah, you can control it. Are you sure, Callow? I don't think you can control it.
What did you say? You forgot something about something that
No,
I said?
I was going to, but I think because you kind of mentioned it, I don't know if it's worth me saying the same thing.
No, don't say it. It's good to have a different perspective.
Well, it's pretty much just literally the same kind of thing. So, because you said like you're doing it to kind of please the masses, but at the same time, it's not necessarily something that you should do just to please the masses. Because I mean, is it really something that you, in actual fact, want to do? Even though it's almost like a status quo kind of thing, you know, you've got to do it because the masses are expecting it, and it's best to kind of stick with it, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, is that really what you want? Red, get out of the bin. Stop hiding in the bin. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a back and forth situation, because you're kind of doing it to please other people, but is it really pleasing yourself? Like, are you happy to kind of talk like that in a way because other people are happy that you're talking that way?
Yeah, which is a very fair point in that aspect. It's kind of bleh, to kind of go about the sense of appeasing people in that accord of things, but in the end, like, I need to just go back to it. There's like you said, like I usually a lot. They say like in the aspect of things, it's just like that's what's come of me hindering my vocabulary so much is that I've come to the accord of where I'll pick a word that people usually understand the best, and then I'll start using it so much in my fucking vocabulary, and now it's that, and so it's just like bleh.
Like poggers.
Well, poggers, and that's like just my own personal like opinion, like stuff I like to do myself. But when it comes to like in the aspect of things and etc., that's just something that I find works good with most people.
Yeah. Oh God, Red. Jesus Christ, he does have an addiction to his bin. So guys, if you want to know a little bit more about what we're doing, if you do, if you type in !topic, it will let you know what today's streamcast is about. But it is about addictions, kind of like what kind of goes into an addiction, what we class as addiction, how we can recognize them, and what we can do about them if actually needed. So yeah, I mean, do you feel that addiction, I mean, we did mention this before, so we did say that addictions can technically be rectified, but then it came up with a question of, would you replace an addiction with another addiction? I feel like people can kind of get rid of the addictions that they have if they really want to get rid of it. For example, like drug addiction, we know people that have kind of been through that and gotten rid of it, but that's because it's been so detrimental to their actual health that they like almost had no choice. Like it's almost been forced on them to do it. I'm going to bed. I'm nearly falling asleep. Oh, sorry, we're boring you so much. God, Nubsy. No, but if you do need to sleep, hun, definitely feel free to jump off. But good night, my lovely. So I mean,
you fuck.
Discovery queue. Hold on, wait. I've looked at 37. What's that? 37,000. Oh, is that when you're looking on Twitch, Red? Do my hours a week, and then we talk. Yo, I don't need to do your hours. I don't need to do your hours. I do my own hours.
I don't think anyone trumps me in hours of 100 to 120. So you suck with it.
Yeah, well, Crit only sleeps like 4 hours every 2 days.
Hey, I'm totally source my depression.
So yeah, he literally is awake for 48 hours. Well, not even that, 44 hours, should I say? Sorry, 44 hours.
Feels good, man.
But does it though?
No.
I've seen every game on Steam. Wow, I've seen every game on Steam several times. That's mental. Alright. Hey, where's my goodnight, Nubsy? How are you saying goodnight to everyone but me? Rude.
Hey man, it's okay. He didn't say it to me either, so it just means that he doesn't care about it.
It's okay. I care about you. That's all that matters.
That's good enough. At least you give me better pleasure than he does.
Because I've got soothing hands, you see. Oh, my
yes.
shoulder.
I love those soothing hands.
Yes. Alright. So, I mean, like, the addiction topic, I don't know really how much further we can go with it. I mean, we can jump on another topic if you want.
Well, it's up to you if you'd like to. If you'd like to jump on another topic, or we can. Do we have any more? Like, do we have those last two questions, or are those ones already been
No,
answered?
we've already kind of basically spoken about it. I think the only other question that was there is like, in order to fix an addiction, would rehab be a way to go? But we kind of have been answering them along the way. Nubsy, say goodnight to me and D. Oh, you're cancelled. Oh no, Nubsy didn't even say goodnight to Daisy. Rude. Yeah, I think.
Say hi to me. Rude.
Oh, Daisy meet Crit. Crit meet Daisy. Daisy is a variety streamer from the UK. I've met her a couple of times. Well, I've met her a fair few times. In fact, I've met her quite a lot. So she plays Overwatch with Driz. And like, she's a really, really good streamer. She hasn't streamed in a while though, but hopefully she'll come back. Hopefully.
Oh, nice to meet you.
But yeah, she's a really sweet person. Like, she's really nice to talk to. She has like a really soothing ASMR type voice as well. She's very calm when she's talking, which is also quite interesting. Yeah, thank you. I'll be back soon, hopefully. Good. Let me know. Alright, well, yeah, we can move on to another topic. Hey, Alex! How are you, darling? So, we can move on to another topic. What I'm going to do, shall we just pick one of the topics from from the list. Or guys, do you have topics that you want to talk about? Also, can we get a big congratulations to Alex and Callow, who did really, really well on their exams recently?
Congratulations! You have achieved greatness! Wah!
I feel like it needs to be a sound clip. I feel like everything that Crit says has to be a sound clip of something.
Wah!
Except for that. New topic in aid of Shaz, fruit and vegetables. She's not here. If she's here, then yes. But she's not here. So no. Also, yes, I'm alright. Charity. What kind of topics on charity though?
Like, do you want to talk about it from the streamer stat? Do you want to talk about it in the streamer aspect of things? Do you want to talk about it as in just like charity is as in like good and bad? Do you want to like elaborate more on your point?
Yeah, kind of like give us a little bit more.
Give us some thrust, some power.
And the way it's been advertised. All right, first of all, let me change. Okay, let me just change it to extra topics. Actually, let me keep it as addictions and extra topics. Just gonna update the title real quick. So yeah, he said so the two new topics should be charity, like the food donation, or the way it's been advertised. I don't know, I still feel like it's a little bit vague. I mean, like, people donate to like food charities quite a lot, especially around holiday seasons like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, those kind of things. The way it's been advertised, it really does depend on the place, because like I don't see a lot of advertisements here in the UK for, you know, charity, like food donations for charity. Like you'll walk past a place and be like, oh, do you have like a spare can of food, you know, take part in a food drive, that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, well, if you have it, you don't need it, like you can go and donate it. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think about that topic, Crit?
I would say generally when it comes to the food donation aspect of things, like I wish more people kind of like, actually not be lying if I said I wish, fucking, I don't know my like full opinion on the fucking aspect when it comes to like food donations, but I would say generally when it comes to like food donations is a very helpful thing for many different parties. Like I used to work for a nonprofit that basically like part of their company also did accept food donations that helped homeless people. So I would say generally, yeah, like those food donations like helped out quite a bit. Like a lot of people were able to eat among those things, and I would say it would be nice if it was advertised more, because I believe like there's a lot of things like that people could donate that they may potentially not want. So like, let's say for example, someone could donate maybe to like some canned shit that they don't want to eat anymore, or they could donate just like all the different types of stuff that like they could see themselves not having anymore, but people don't consider it.
I see. Back in a few, having a hell of a life. Alright, don't worry, Callow, take your time, sweetie. I mean, like, Saving the Children apparently gets 10% of food. Really? But this is the thing, right? It's almost something like how South Park can kind of advertised it in a way, or showed, or like, you know, displayed it. You remember there was the episode where they were doing like a fundraiser or something for starving children in Africa in the actual episode, and then you just see that they're keeping like the majority of the food and only giving a very small amount to the people that actually need it. Like, things like that actually do happen IRL, and it is really disgusting. And I do believe things like that should help. This is, I think, when things like that kind of get highlighted, it turns people off wanting to donate food and stuff, because it's like, yeah, they know that they need it, but then how much of it are they really getting? And it's, you know, people having trust in the fact that the system is helping versus not trusting them at all and just kind of keeping your food to yourself. They need more. 10% isn't gonna save them for long. This is the thing. it's a hard subject, I think, because it's important that people actually are being given the kind of, you know, as much food as possible. But then you've got people out there, like bigoted people as well, that will be like, oh well, your body can survive on water without having to eat food for X amount of time, so why should I give food? But I mean, how do we show these people that it's very important, you know? I don't know, it's a bit of a... It's not a big topic to talk about, but it's still a topic nonetheless. Like, charities in general, I feel that certain charities get too much, what's the word, publicity. So cancer research is probably one of the biggest ones out there. You know, RSPCC, Children in Need, Make-A-Wish Foundation, things like that. A lot of things that kind of revolve around children or, you know, diseases like cancer. I feel like those things in terms of charities are what's being highlighted quite a lot. Macmillan, yeah, things like that. I think all that kind of stuff is it's very, very hard for smaller charities to be noticed. But even though they're making money, where does it all go? Like, let's think about it this way, right? Cancer research has been going for fucking decades. Why has there not been a cure found for this yet? Or why is it taking so long? If you've got so much money and resources, why can you not? Even if they're using the money for advertising, the money is meant to be going to making people's lives better, not taking ages. Mm-hmm. Scientists have never said that cancer will ever get cured, but still they give people a hope that it will be. That's why people throw so much fucking money at it. Personally, I think there is a cure. I think there is a cure already. I think they found it, but they're not distributing it. That's what I think. Because there are people that are cancer survivors, but I think it's more that they, you know, they've had a very lucky break, and you know their willpower has kind of pushed them through. But not everyone is that lucky. Hope is very important, but what you don't want to do is sell someone a pipe dream. You don't want someone to think, oh yeah, okay, well I'm going to find the cure for cancer, give me £10 million. And then people will do it because they feel like something's going to happen. But when you don't see a result, you're like, well, what the fuck do you do with my money? Mm-hmm. And you can't claim that back because you gave it to them willingly because it's charity. Mm-hmm. So it's very hard. Yeah, it's a real shame. Yeah, false hope is not exactly. It's not at all, Daisy. I totally agree. So Alex said many are protesting to get cannabis legal for medical centers to use because an 11-year-old boy survived after being... See, that... Okay, when it comes to cannabis, yes, it can help people, but but I feel like people want it because they can abuse the system. Not everybody, and I don't mean everybody. There's at least a, 30% of people that, don't want it for that reason. But most people are like, oh yeah, legalize weed. We can go and smoke all day long, all night long and get high. But it's not about that. Like, some people actually genuinely use it for medical purposes. Like, that's why people take, regular trips to places like Amsterdam where it is legal to do that. Or there are certain places in America where it is legal to do it, like Colorado, for example. But is legalizing cannabis really the way forward? I don't know. But if it is going to be legalized, and it needs to be distributed like every other fucking drug out there, you go to your doctor, and if they feel that you need it, they will prescribe it to you. I don't think it should be one of those over-the-counter types of medication. That's my personal... What do you think, Kurt?
I would say when it comes to medical marijuana, that's a big subject. I would say personally, I tried to go get it for my anxiety. It's one of the main reasons why I don't leave the I don't go outside really at all. Because mainly my anxiety, like, it's got to the extent where Like my anxiety is so fucking bad that I literally have like consistent like about to have an anxiety attack or actual anxiety attacks outside. Like doesn't matter like where I go, where I do it. Like even like me working on my front lawn gives me anxiety. Like watching a TV show and there's like an anxiety situation in the TV show, I'll fucking have anxiety. Sometimes I have to literally have to pause it or skip past it because of it. And like there like for example like I went to Costco and there was numerous people around like the watermelon bin and I was having so much anxiety about asking the people to fucking move so I gotta get a goddamn fucking watermelon that in my ideology of an idea, I would rather sit there for fucking 5 minutes and wait for the little fucker to move than actually ask him, can you please move? That's just how bad it is. So personally, when it comes to anxiety, I find that it's helpful. In my general accord of things, but it is like at the same time, it is only just a uh, thing to kind of push it off to something else. Like I obviously don't have like anxiety attacks as soon as like it wears off or like that. It's
Yeah.
more so it helps me get through the anxiety induced situation, and then like if I'm out of it by the time I'm not high anymore, then that's great. When it comes to weed, yeah, a lot of people just want to abuse it in the accord of being able to get like before like, for the people who are in places where it's not legalized, then they very much want to get medical marijuana. Like they want to get the medical marijuana card to be able to achieve it, like to legally have it, while at the same time getting better quality. When it comes to like now here in Canada, like it's all legal all over Canada, so pretty much now like nobody gives a fuck about getting the medical marijuana card or getting like the
Yeah.
medical card unless like for specific people they might want to do it because it's cheaper and or it's better quality. There's a very small 1% of people who are smart enough and will think, well, if I go get a medical card for weed then it will be better weed overall. But in the end of things, fucking people would rather
Oh my god. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you, Crit. I've just read what Nari said. I was about to say hi to Nari, but she said she just woke up, running a fever of 103. She's going to the hospital. Nari, please do not worry about being here. Like, your health is so damn important. Please, 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 let me know how it goes, alright? Oh my god. Guys, can we get some hugs and love in the chat for Nari, please? Oh my god, she's not been well lately. Sorry, Crit, as you were saying.
oh, you're good, I don't mind.
Tuberculosis.
I would say yeah, generally like in that extent of things. Yeah, I would say it has its pros and cons when it comes to being legalized, but I would say to be honest, considering like let's say America, considering how fucked your healthcare system is,
Yeah.
America would benefit the most from having legalized weed everywhere, just because they have so much issues getting like proper medical care that you might as well give them that type of medical care in the sense of sense of weed.
Yeah.
Because if it's gonna be so goddamn expensive, if it's gonna be helpful, then sure. If people abuse it, but if it's helpful, then sure, I guess. Like yes, it's not the best. It's just kind of like the addiction. Excuse me, sorry, addiction aspect of things. If they abuse it and they're gonna addicted to it, then like yes, it's not great. But in the grand scheme of it, for America, you might as well fucking legalize it. Just because the Medicaid system's already fucked so bad anyways. But when it comes to like Canada, like we already have it legalized all over Canada, so now we're good.
Oh,
So,
really? It's all over Canada now.
Yeah, apparently it's all over Canada. I thought it was only Ontario, but apparently it's all over Canada. But no, like in the grand scheme of things, yeah. I would say that generally, yeah, for here, for Canada, well, to be honest, even though we still have good healthcare up here in Canada anyways, so.
Yeah.
No, I'll say in the grand scheme of things, fucking, it's not bad.
But, all over Canada, but one place I think. Oh, okay. Oh my god, why did I say my headphones fucking slipped? I was not meant to say the word slipped. What was I thinking of the word slipped? Is something... Why was I thinking of the word slipped? My headphones broke. They actually split. They're broken. I don't know why I wrote slipped. I have no idea why I wrote that. So I've got to buy a new pair of headphones. But seriously, I'm really sorry. I was dead to the world. That's fine, Naru. Like, I kind of figure if you're not around, like, I'm assuming that you're either unwell, you're sleeping, or you're working. So don't, seriously, sis, do not worry about it. Guys, can we get a shout out for Nari, please? Why did I actually type my headphones slipped? I really don't know.
Thinking about how I slipped into that damn fine ass, good shit.
Probably. So this is your fault.
Yep.
That's
It's
fine.
nice and juicy. Just like this tuna.
Yum yum yum. Save some for the floof. All kinds of shout outs, yes. But yeah, also talking about charities and stuff like that. Like, many are pathetic to try weed to get high. The thing is, though, it's kind of like, it's almost like a novelty thing, because so many people talk about it, like, oh my god, weed is good for getting high, or it's good for, like, fucking cataracts, or it's good for medical issues, or it's good to keep someone who has severe anxiety calm. Everyone's like, oh, I want to know what that feels like. I want to know what that's like. I want to know how to experience that. But if you don't actually need it, like, is it necessary? Like, I used to smoke a long time ago, and like one of my exes, he was very addicted to smoking weed a lot, to a point where I was like, I can't be around you because the smell was just like off-putting to a certain degree. And he ended up just using it to cook with. And you don't even notice. You don't even notice it was actually in there. It makes me a happier person, but I wouldn't say I'm pathetic. No, I wouldn't say it makes people pathetic in that way. I think what I think is not good, or in a way kind of pathetic, is when people are doing it to follow fashion. They're not doing it for a genuine reason. They're not doing it because they think they can help. They're doing it for the social side of it. Oh, look at me, I'm smoking a blunt. Like, no. And it may even make them feel ill because they've never had it. But people do it to stay relaxed. They do it to, to help with their medical conditions. They do it because it is basically what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically a release, The smell is awful. Yeah, it kind of depends, because a lot of people nowadays will mix their cannabis or marijuana. Like, not everyone does everything from a pure aspect. And I think, like, you get people that have it in their vapes now. It comes in so many different forms that if it helps you, it helps you. I'm never going to turn around and say to someone, oh, you should be smoking weed, it's not good for you. If it's something that genuinely helps, like, for example, Kat said that, somebody that she knew almost died without it. Like, if it wasn't, like, this person was having, like, seizures and stuff like that, and if it wasn't for the fact that she was given weed, she anything could have happened to her. Like, she may have, touched wood, could have been dead. But that kind of thing can help people. Yeah, I was in college and my friends would skip class to smoke weed because they thought it was cool. And they called me a pussy for not joining in. Well, no, you just know, within yourself that you don't need it. So why do it if you don't need it? You don't want to, it's almost like, oh, I don't want to be part of the clique. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that you know that you don't need it, so why bother? And the fact that they kind of chastise you for it, they're not really good friends for doing that either. Because it's like, oh, well, in order for you to be cool and fit in with the social clan, or, this is what you have to do. And that's not necessarily true. Like, if you don't need it, you don't need it. Why bother? And kind of like going back to the charity stuff, like, from a medical perspective, there are so many long-term illnesses that people have that are not being recognized, but people know exist. For example, my mum has SLE lupus, myasthenia gravis, and fibromyalgia. Like, all of those things are things that people know about or have heard of in passing, or, randomly, heard about it through other people. But those charities are out there and people do not put enough money towards that, because those things can actually fucking kill you as well. Like, a lot of them, those particular ones are kind of internal bone and muscle wasting diseases that kill you from the inside out. They cause a lot of problems. A lot of like your bone marrow and, you know, your cartilage starts to kind of deteriorate, and it is it's a big struggle. It was to a point like where my mom had to go on steroids to basically strengthen her body, and she's still going through it now. She's still struggling with it. That's why if I have the opportunity and I see a charity that's for that, that's what I will put it towards. That's why, like, you know, a lot of the illnesses that she has caused her to lose her hair. Like, my mum had dreadlocks like down to here. Like, they were so long, and since she got diagnosed, probably about 15 years now, something like that, she's lost all of her hair. And I know she feels really bad about it, but there's no charity to put towards that, but everyone's going to donate to cancer, everyone's going to donate to Macmillan, everyone's going to donate to children in need, you know. And it is really, really bad. There are other people out there other than my mum that struggle with this shit, and no one is helping them. The NHS here is okay because it's free, but because it's free, they take the piss and not do what they're meant to do straight away, or they take ages to help get a diagnostic out. So it's up to people like us that know about these things to be really, really mindful and really talk about how we can help. No one has to, like, literally, it's not about spending money or putting money into it, even though that will help, but it's about building that awareness. I think a lot of people do need to kind of recognize that. There are loads of charities out there that people do not know about. And it's not just about medical, it's about, like, mental health, as we discussed in our mental health Streamcast. Things that you don't even know exist, like hidden illnesses. Yeah, 100% exactly. Sorry, I'm going to catch up on the chat. So, yeah, 100% exactly why I stopped being friends with them as soon as I finished college. Yeah, good. Heard of but don't know what it is. There should be no judgment passed for those that choose not to smoke. I agree, Kat, exactly. That's terrible. Sorry, D. Oh, that's so awful. Fucking oh, that's horrible. Thank you for being very concerned, guys. It's something that we've, like, you know, it's something that we've just had to live with. And I just, like, for her, vitamin D is very important. That's why being in the sun helps her a lot. Like, when she's actually in the sun and she's getting all of that heat to her body, she can actually walk without the walking stick. Like, my mum uses a walking stick, but when she's in a country where it's really hot, she doesn't actually ever need it. That's why I'm kind of glad that we're moving to Australia, because she can come and stay with us for like 4 months, and she won't need to worry, you know. Yeah, they do take ages. It's good that it's free, but even I've been on the waiting list to 2 years for an MRI scan. Seriously, Days?
That's a big yikes.
That's a fucking joke. 2 years for an MRI scan. That is, you know what? Go to A&E. That's what you do. If they're taking too long, go to fucking A&E. Say that you're in pain. Sell that shit. I'm not even kidding.
It's like, okay, fucking Daisy, just come to Canada, you know? Feels good, man.
Daisy, don't go to Canada. At least not without me. NHS are reasons why my dad's knees are fucked. He was gonna get both knees done, and they did fucking one and not the other. Oh, do you know what? The NHS actually did all of my surgeries. And I don't think there's only one that they messed up on, but it wasn't that detrimental that I can't kind of deal with, if you know what I mean. That's why, in a way, part of me doesn't like the idea of having to pay for medical care, but when you're using your own money, you expect a better quality of care. Like, how does the medical system work in Canada, correct?
Medical system, pretty much as long as it's not something. So when it comes to the kind of stuff over here, as long as it's not something that you're going out of your way to get medical care for, it's generally free. Like in the sense of like, if I like fell out of a tree and broke my fucking leg or something, then it would be free, that type of shit. But like for example, if I
Right.
had to go to therapy for, for like my depression, for example, then then my benefits from like a job would cover it easily. But
Right.
normally, the government type of shit wouldn't really cover that aspect of things. There is free therapy, like they do have free alternatives. There's just
Yeah.
different like different aspects of these. It's like there is different rulings around it. Let's say, for example, but no, like generally they pretty much have like pretty good. Like we have a pretty really good fucking healthcare. Like for me, whenever I've had to do anything healthcare wise, hasn't really cost me a dime at all. Period. To be honest,
Right.
like I know, like over here, I think Nick, fucking his mate, like there was some, he had like a really fucked up arm among other shit, and I guess like really the only thing he had to pay for was the ambulance. But I believe the only reason why they had to pay for the ambulance was because I forget exactly why, but like the ambulance thing was like $100, which is
Wow.
10 times better than fucking other countries. From what I found, is because like
True.
especially America, like in America it's fucking a few $1,000s, but in fucking
A few
uh
$1,000s for an ambulance.
oh yeah, in fucking in America there's people who are literally like, don't call an ambulance, they would rather you take it, like they would rather you order an Uber.
Fucking
Pretty
hell.
impressive. Because like literally like even like down the road can literally be like up to $1,000, like literally if it's like 2 miles away and type of shit, like it's pretty fucked.
Jesus. Wow. That's
America
just.
healthcare systems, fuck brother.
Yeah, it sounds freaking awful. That does not sound good at all.
So that's why Canada's great. That's why everyone should come. As long as
You
you're
just.
not an
You just.
asshole. If you are, then fuck off.
Oh, well, then I can't come to Canada then.
You're a special type of asshole.
Yay! Okay, I can come to Canada then. I can only come to Ontario
Boggers.
just to find you. So,
Oh.
like, does Canada have free healthcare? They asked.
Does Canada have free healthcare? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, as long as you have your health card, yeah, you have free healthcare in the sense of
Do you
like,
have to pay
I
for your
could go
health
break
card?
my, I could go break my. Well, yeah, the ambulance thing, which I believe the ambulance thing was more of like a special case type of thing. Normally, you wouldn't have to pay for an ambulance. Like if you got into a car crash, you wouldn't have to pay for the ambulance type of
Okay.
shit. This was more of I believe it was because he smashed his hand through something. I don't know. I think it's really circumstantial, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know 100% of the thing around it, but I do know like generally like things that are like aren't your fault, etc. Among other shit. Generally, you don't
Right.
have to pay fuck all for, as long as you have like your health card and like even like things that the health like the government won't cover in the sense of like the health card bullshit.
Mm.
Your benefits from your jobs usually always cover that anyways, but depending on like your job, majority of the time like they cover basically everything, so you still getting covered by insurance. So
Oh, I
um,
see.
I know, like over here, like until you're 25, pretty much the government will pay for pretty much almost every single prescription medication you would ever need.
Oh,
Um,
seriously?
yeah, and then after 25, then obviously like you'll have to pay for prescription medication. But it's relatively cheap anyways. Like it's a lot cheaper than America is in standards of pills. And then you're in anyways, like if you have a job, your benefits would cover basically all of it, and you maybe at best pay like $10 for any type of pill. So
Ah.
it's relatively great to say the least in the sense of the healthcare over here. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's actually pretty decent. Alright. So guys, do you have anything else to talk about on this matter, or do you want to move on to a different topic? What do you want to do, Chris?
I don't know, to be honest. It really depends on what everyone else would prefer to do. Like when we talked about addiction, we've talked about the donation bank shit. We've talked about fucking healthcare aspect of things. So that kind of is kind of what interests people the most. I'm generally open to doing whatever.
Yeah. Red always wants to talk about Topics Candy Bar. What is that? But Red is hungry. Eat then, Red. The workers at Macmillan fucking pulled out my nan's lung. Wow. And that's why it became untreatable. I'm sorry that happened. Like I said earlier, sweetheart. Yeah, I am very, very sorry that happened. That's not ever a nice thing.
I really have some dark humor. Holy shit.
Did you talk about addiction to things like? Oh no! Do you know what?
No,
No,
I
we did
completely
not.
I actually
I
thought
think,
about that one, but I forgot about it actually.
no, we did not
Forgot
talk
about that
about
one.
cosmetic surgery. We can do that.
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
All right. So
You might need,
Daisy, what
might
do
need to change
you?
title.
I've still got addiction in there. I've got
Oh, okay.
addictions and extra topics on the title.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I just get that as the main hub in case we kind of go back to it. Oh, that addiction is dark. No, let's talk about it. Like, can we get some questions in the chat about it? Like, Days, what are your thoughts on addiction to things like cosmetic surgery? So I know, so a lot of drag queens do a lot of cosmetic surgery, mainly to kind of give that illusion of being a woman kind of thing. But I think sometimes some of them do it for a job. Some of them do it because they just enjoy it. Daisy said, I think it's really sad, especially when they try to look like celebrities. Yeah, I don't see the big fixation with that. Like, I'll give you an example. So when I was younger, about 20, 23, 24, I went out to a nightclub with a few friends, and I got hit on by a couple of guys, and one guy in particular was like, oh, I think we should get together. And I said, oh, sorry, you're not my type. And he's like, well, what is your type? And I said, okay, well, I explained to him what my type was, and he's like, hey, I've got a lot of money, I can get cosmetic surgery to look exactly how you want. And I said, but if we have kids, they're still gonna look like how you look. Like, the cosmetic surgery is not gonna be passed down to the children. You understand? Mm-hmm. So no.
Sure, say to his face, I don't want your genes, you little shit.
Yeah. Waste money on cosmetics that isn't needed. Nothing wrong with a bit of weed. Hold on, wait. Nubsy, you come back. That's got nothing to do with cosmetic surgery, you butt.
It's because he got cosmetic surgery to get more stupid.
Oh. I think
That's
there's a pill for that.
Yeah, it's his mother.
Oh, look! Fiona's stretching! That's not... Jesus, Crit. I can't. Like, between Crit and Nubsy, like... They're like brothers. Like, they'll just go at each other for no reason. I just sit here and observe.
Come on, Nubs. You already fucked me off one day. You gonna fuck me off another day now?
Oh, it's like watching mediocre porn between these two. Like, the way they go at it. It's quite interesting. But yeah, I think, like, cosmetic surgery, like, people are always kind of addicted to the fact that they want to look like a certain celebrity, whether they want to, like, be impersonators or, or they just want the attention. But the thing is, if you find someone and you are basically looking like someone else, then what? What is that going to be for you? I mean, look at for example, isn't there people in East Asia who actually did that? Like, one guy married an East Asian girl, and when he actually saw her old family pictures, he was not attracted to her. He said that, without this coming across horrible, he said to her, you look fucking ugly, I'm getting a divorce. And he actually got a divorce because of her looks. And it's really horrible. It's horrible to think, but if people kind of start falling for you based on your looks and then you end up marrying them, do you honestly think that these people do not have the right to be mad or get a divorce? Because essentially they've been lied to, right?
Yeah, which is he was lied to, which is fair, but at the same time, like, you also gotta kind of, like, worried, like, there are some things that some people won't, like, change their mindset on, like they want, like, specific, like, for example, like, some want kids for sure, so if they found out that their partner didn't want kids down the road, then that's kind of like a relationship changer. And so it comes into, like, the accord of fucking, like, in this situation, he probably wanted kids, and considering she was ugly as fuck before, it's either that he broke up with her because he was lied to, or he broke up with her potentially because the sheer fact that his kids might very well be ugly. Like, imagine having, imagine like, I think like for some people, like there's a lot of fear when having kids. Like some people worry about like their kids being autistic, some people worry about their kids being ugly, among other things. Like there's a lot of social pressure when it comes around to having kids.
Yeah. And I think that's it, especially like in specific cultures as well. So like Daisy said that she watched a Korean drama about a girl who got cosmetic surgery and became really pretty, and people were really rude to her when they found out that she had surgery. The thing is, and I don't want this to come across rude towards any ethnicity, but I do find a lot of Koreans are very, very about their looks. I have a lot of Korean girlfriends who are in the States, who are still in South Korea, and who are here, who have all said to me the same thing. They want to look pretty to please their families in order to get that recognition that they are almost like worshipped or valued in certain ways.
I feel like that's possibly because the societal gotta. It's kind of like that popularity contest type of shit. Like in, I forget what exactly it is, but I think it's in China or Japan. Like there's a specific society norm, for something, and like everyone basically does it. And oh yes, that's what it is. I think it's China, or I forget if it's China or Japan, but they have this aspect of being the best you can be. Like the reason why there's so many fucking Chinese hackers is literally because it's such a societal norm to be the top and or the best in that aspect of things. So there's so much pressure to literally be better than to be better than everyone else, etc. That's why there's so many goddamn fucking Chinese hackers, etc. In China, because of the sheer fact of just it's a society norm. In Korea, it's looks. China, it's competitive, being better than everyone else type of shit, etc.
It's all based on this is what you have been brought up to know, and if you are not falling into that category, you must do something about it. I think with cosmetic surgery though, it's like it's the ones that kind of get cosmetic surgery to make their eyes look wider, kind of give that anime effect, or the ones that get their cheekbones done. Or, like I know a girl who got her lips done because she said she didn't want them to be flat because she wanted her lips to be more desirable. It's just like, but why? When you're older, what is that going to do for you? Especially if... No, you know what? What is it actually going to do for you? Other than like right here and now, you're getting cosmetic surgery to look in a certain way so people of your generation can fall for you. But then when you're kind of old and decrepit, what is that going to do for you? Really? Reminds me of that song. What song? What song? It's kind of like... But again, it kind of falls into, you know, do they... You know, are they happy in their own skin? If they're going to have to make several changes, then no, they're not. You know, it's kind of like... They're like people get surgery to fucking change their height. I'm happy being 5'4". It means that I can force all the tall people to carry me. Crap when I see you next. So, you know, it's shit like that. But that's the thing, like, I don't get why, I get why people want to change their appearances because they want to fit into what social society are saying that they need to fit into. But like for me, I was really heavy. I used to weigh 18.5 stone. It's only because I was told that I was going to potentially die why I actually had to have surgery. But it wasn't, had it not been that situation, I would have just continued going to the gym like I was to get myself down to a sustainable weight level. But now, you know, it's fine. But I still had that mentality of being a bigger person, but I'm not going out of my way to change that because I don't feel that it needs to be changed. One lady tried self-cosmetics by injecting olive oil to get a pretty ass, which backfired, and some weird substance came out of her. Like, ew, that sounds rank. And she had to be sucked out, and she was scarred for life on her legs. This was in Brazil. Ugh. Melanie Martinez, Mr. Potato, no, Mrs. Potato Head. Wow. I don't understand it. Like, even like, you know, celebrities that get cosmetic surgery on their body, like to get their asses bigger, or, you know, to get their noses flatter. Like, it's, I don't know, you know. I mean, do you have any more opinions on the subject? Guys in the chat, do you have more opinions on this subject?
I would say generally when it comes to the aspect of career, it feels bad, man. Gotta look the best, but it's also kind of one of the funny parts where like people kind of see Korea as the if you wanna get a surprise dick, go to Korea.
I thought that was Thailand.
Oh, actually, it is Thailand. And Korea, I believe. That actually is Thailand mainly, but Korea gets joked about sometimes, but it's mostly Thailand.
Hey, that's Tom, welcome to the channel. Some do it self-conscious, because of self-conscious, which is understandable, but shows lack of body confidence. Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people don't have body confidence. And it may even be even worse, again, like being all over the internet about shit, where people start body shaming people, and they kind of start getting back into their bubble, and kind of really feeling that, you know, their bodies aren't good enough, and what can they do to fix it, and that kind of thing. I mean, to be fair, like, one thing that I do say to people, especially the ones that have lack of confidence, find something about yourself. It could be any tiny little thing. It could be your teeth, it could be your eyebrow, it could be your hands, it could be your nails, and focus on that one thing, and tell that part, you know what, you look absolutely amazing today. And then you start building up confidence little by little, on different parts of your body, to a point where you start actually thinking to yourself, I am actually loving the skin that I'm in. And you know, you start, it doesn't necessarily have to be your teeth, Alex, but it could be anything. Any part. It could be your smile, it could be like, you know, even your personality. Just, you know, I really love this about myself. And then you start telling, as long as you tell yourself that every day, like kind of give yourself a regime to do that, then, you know, you'll find that, you know, you'll start giving yourself a lot more credit, a little bit more self-worth. I'm 8 stone and 5 pounds. I'm confident, skinny, with a baby face. And to be honest, like, yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of people, Alex, that would like to be you, like in your position. For example, there are a lot of big people that want to be able to lose weight, that wish they were 8 stone. Or, you know, that wish they were skinny, that wish they had a baby face, that wish that they were, for example, there are people that wish that they were tall, you know, wish that they had better skin complexions, because maybe, you know, they may have suffered with rashes or acne or anything like that. But someone always wants to be better than they actually are, but it's the people that don't actually give a shit and are happy in the skin that they're in, kind of thing. I mean, does anyone in the chat, would you guys change anything about yourselves? Crit, what about you?
Wow. It's actually a good question, but at the same time, I'm kind of just like, I don't personally see myself really needing any changes. I find myself to be, I'm confident in my body, if really.
You need to shave.
Fuck you.
I had to throw it in there, I'm sorry.
I don't know, I guess like really like my teeth are relatively good. There's maybe like 1 or 2 teeth that are like a little bit angled differently, but other than that, my teeth are pretty much perfect. Like they naturally have been good. And in the accord of like anything else, I would say not that problematic, to be honest. Fucking, I think maybe something Actually, yeah, I don't think there's really anything. Cosmetically, no thing.
I mean, so Leah said, it's horrible when people get bullied because of the way they look. People need to like other people for being them. That's true, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen. The way of the world is there's always going to be someone that's going to be a dick to someone about the way they look. It's not something that we can do much about, but what we can do is try and educate people of our generation and the generations lower, to love the skin you're in. Like, don't chastise somebody because they look different. Because let's be honest, think about it this way: in school, when you bully people in school, 10, 20 years later, that person could be the one that stands between you and opening your business. They could be working in the bank that needs to give you the loan to either get your house or, get your business started. And because you were a dick to them in school and they've never forgotten that, they could be like, well, you're an arsehole to me. Why the fuck should I give you this to start off your life and make you better? It's kind of like everything has a repercussion.
Basically, what Indy's saying is only be a dick to people who already look good. Don't be.
Don't be a dick to anyone. Don't be a dick to anybody.
That's why everyone's such a dick to me, because I just look so goddamn good.
That's why he doesn't come on the camera, because he doesn't want to still focus off of the cat or anybody else.
Yeah, you see, I'm just being quite a gentleman here,
Only be a dick to Nubs, Crit, and D. Nanny? What? No. Be lovely to us. I've sent you a sneak peek of what? Hold on, wait. Of what? What did you send me? What do you mean too late? What do you mean?
It's too late to apologize.
Oh, is it your emote or something? Is it an emote? I will check it out after the stream. Never. What do you mean? Be lovely. Hey, Lewis. How are you, darling? Can we get a shout out for Lewis, please? Yes, after the stream. Okay, cool.
I'll let Red do it because I'm a little fuck.
Well, that and he's playing with Fiona's ear. She's trying to sleep. Yo, Horror! Thank you for the raid! We're being raided by Horror Man. Do you want to say hello?
Hi! Today.
Dead.
Hey, Horror! How you doing, sweetheart, guys? Thank you for doing that shout out for Horror. Horror is one of our Sensei stream team members. He's absolutely sweet. How was your stream, my love? What did you get up to? You're great? Good, I'm glad. I'm very glad you're doing great, sweetheart. Thank you so much for that raid. Everyone from Horror's channel, if you don't know me, I am Indeedy. I am a variety streamer. I do a lot of The Sims 4. I do a few other variety games, including Stardew Valley, Overwatch, and a few other little indie games. I also do a few other things. Ignore the resident sleeper, he's not very important right now. We also do Streamcast, which is what we're doing today. We're talking about addictions and some extra topics that you guys would like to pick. Adam, how are you, my love? Adam Sparty's in here. Crit, say hello.
Hi, Sparty. It's been a long time no see. Where
how are
you
you, darling? I remember on this platform, I can't remember who it was a while back, an old man was playing RuneScape and came in the stream and called him a nonce and other revolting words. It fucking broke my heart. Oh no. Hold on, wait, did I miss part of the conversation?
I never knew that Indy was such a nonce.
I don't really get offended by that word. A nonce just means an idiot.
I don't even know what the fuck it even means. Out of all the swear words. And all that
like, someone calling you a nonce is like calling you like an idiot or, like a twat or something like that.
No, it's fucking nothing.
Or, I thought a nonce wasn't. I didn't know a nonce meant that. I was always told that a nonce meant something else. I didn't know it meant that. Oh, a nonce. Hold on, wait. No, wait. I never knew that. The more you know.
That's
okay, well in that case, that is a big yikes. I never knew that. Jesus. I'm chilling for now. Then gonna try and play Modern Warfare Alpha. Ooh, nice. I'm drawing an Eevee and Pikachu that are kissing. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I know dunce means that, but when I was growing up in school, like that word used to get used a lot, like amongst the kids. So everyone always said, "Oh, it just means idiot." I know that dunce means an idiot.
It's probably because people heard of dunce and then they wanted to shorten it, so they just called it nunce.
Yeah, potentially.
Easier to say nunce and dunce. Dunce, you have to do more mouth movement. Nunce, you just gotta do nunce, and then dunce is a much
That's so lazy.
harder on the tongue.
Wow, well, the more you know. Which streamer was it? Yeah, Alea, what streamer was it? And you know what, actually, no. Do not call out streamers for negative things. Do not do that here. Do it in Discord. If you guys are gonna talk, do it in like private chat or Discord or something. Do not do that here, please. I'm gonna
just realized how much she's fucked if she...
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do it. I don't want to know. I actually don't want to know. Don't tell me. Yeah. Otherwise, you know, we are aiming for partner at some point, guys. I don't want that to be the reason why they say no. No consideration for your fellow streamers. I think I know that story. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. What was it?
Hold on, was they? Wait, did they get called out? They didn't get called out, did they?
No.
Okay.
Just got called some shitty YouTuber.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna piss off. Bye, Sue. Sorry, sweetie. So I was just catching up with the chat. Take care, Horror. Have a good night, my love.
I actually have a question for everyone. Out of all the fucking... I swear to God, you stay.
Leave her alone. Go on.
Out of all... Say again, sorry?
No. Go on.
For anyone here, what would be the one cosmetic surgery that you'd want to get if you could, or like you think that you would ever get like in life potentially? Like just like even like for me, like if I never thought of like I'm obviously never gonna get cosmetic surgery, but I think the one cosmetic surgery I'd probably ever get would be probably fucking.
I'm sorry, I just read Kat's answer. It would be for me. Wait, what? Guys, if you want to know what we're doing in the channel, ! topic. So basically, Crit is asking if there was any cosmetic surgery that you would get, what would it be and why? It's no, it's not negative in saying his name. He's one of the no, it's not that, Alea. We do not. Like, if there's someone who's done something wrong, especially if they're a streamer, I do not want them to be called out on my channel. That's regardless. I don't want that. So please do not mention that person's name.
Because of issues with TOS, just
yeah,
to
and it is
context.
Yeah, so it's a TOS thing. In general, I don't believe in naming and shaming people. So yeah, please do not mention it. Yeah, I'd get a boob reduction.
It's like a freaking car. Yeah, there's actually the same thing with laser surgery too. I'm actually might get laser surgery now. That you can literally do like monthly payments for and shit. So
is laser surgery considered cosmetic as well?
No. I was just randomly bringing up the.
I wasn't anyway. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. I mean, for me, I would probably get my boobs reduced. I'm actually in the process of thinking about doing that anyway. Just because I've lost so much weight, there's like excess there that I don't need. Kat, if you want them, you can have some. You can have.
You know how like Indy or how Fiona's like kind of like open eyes and looking at me right now.
Yeah. Oh, big girl yawn. Is she gonna sniff them? She's gonna be like, she's oh. Are you gonna let her sniff your nuts? See if her ears go back.
It's okay. She already plays enough with my balls.
Oh, she's like, yeah. Tell everyone everything.
You put their fucking nails into them.
Kat, you can have mine too. Oh no. That means that, Kat, you're gonna have loads and loads of boobage. Oh my god, Kat, I just had a thought. Kat, like, this has got nothing to do with this topic right now, but it has everything to do with your wedding. when I get married, I'm actually going to be having a theme for my wedding. I think your theme should be Fallout. Just saying. Throwing it out there. Like place settings, like table settings, like where people sit. Yeah. Okay.
You know, if you invite me to the wedding, I'm just gonna buy you a present and it's gonna be boobs, okay? Easy.
Oh my god, get like a breastplate. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, I'll just get like a double D breastplate, and then I'll just be like, okay, here's double D breastplate for your A's. You know.
I used to be a double D, and then it went up. They're just too big for my back as well. Like they need to go. I feel like my frame is now gotten smaller, so if I was to do any kind of cosmetic surgery, it would literally to reduce like my chest, to make it a bit more balanced with the rest of my body. I don't know if you know, but Matt and I are metalheads, and and we're like, what the fuck music do we play? So music, the Fallout music. Oh my god, that's epic. Kat, I've got some ideas for you. Like, obviously they're just ideas. It's just something that I just thought of right now but remind me, after the stream. But it is Fallout related. But I don't know. I mean, like, if you guys are going to be using the soundtrack to Fallout, you may as well make it a Fallout wedding. Like, even create the bunker. Oh my god, create the bunker. And then people can, like, dress up in the gear and take pictures. Oh my god. And have a fucking... Oh my god, what is it called? Oh my god, what the fuck is it called?
Crippling depression.
You shut up. No, it's not that. What is the freaking box called? Oh, that's gonna bug me. It was like a special edition figure. That's it, a Pip-Boy. Have one of those. Like, have a massive one of those so everyone can freaking sign it. That'd be so good. Oh my god. A Pip-Boy. A Pip-Boy cake. Oh my god, that'd be so good. Oh my god, you can name your tables after specific areas in the game. That's what I'm actually planning to do for my wedding. Not with Fallout, but with Overwatch, because just a little thing. When me and Driz got together, one thing that kind of sealed the deal was Overwatch. I actually convinced him to get the game, and it's one of the things that solidified our relationship. So for me, when I get married, I'd love it to be based on Overwatch, because it's something that, you know, that brought us together. A vault cake. Oh my god, vault cake would be epic. With the top layer being the vault door, that'd be really, really good. I'd totally rock up to a wedding in a full-size power armor. Oh my god, full-size power armor. That'd be epic. Oh my god. Let me see. Kat just posted a link. Oh, Kat. I think you need to do that. Oh, on top of the freaking, what's it? Is it the Nuka? Is it Nuka Cola? That would be so good. Bring it back, hon. No worries, sweetheart. Yeah, there you go. Nuka Cola. That would be, oh my god. Kat, there are so many ideas. Oh my god. See, we're doing wedding planning now, guys. This is no longer a stream about addiction or cosmetic surgery. This is now Kat's wedding planning stream. Bring it back. No worries, Red. Take your time. I've got to go, but it was nice to see you, hon. Oh, it was so good to see you too, guys. Can we get another shout out for Daisy, who is absolutely awesome? Show us some love, guys. Daisy, when you come back to the stream side, we'll be sure to come and check you out. What were we talking about? Cosmetic surgery. Yeah. I don't even know what else now. I feel we got lost in wedding cake. Oh my goodness. But yeah, do you guys... we got so carried away. I know, Kat. I'm just so excited for you. I am so bloody excited for you. Like, no one is more deserving of this than you. Like, legit. I'm really, really happy for you, sweetie. Shut up! Can you stop being so rude? Just for once. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You are being rude. Don't fucking snore. No, we don't love you anymore. Every time you snore, like, you lose 3% of love. And you snored quite a lot, so you're almost down to, like, your last 52%. He's gonna do it again.
Daisy's channel. At least it doesn't make me go resident sleeper.
See how disrespectful it is? Because the focus isn't on him giving a freaking answer. Rude. You should be sorry.
Talking.
Shut up. Guys, if you don't know about Critical, it's best that you don't. Just don't worry about it. Don't even follow him.
I'm the best person there is, boys.
Debatable.
I'm
But guys, if you
supportive
do
in
want
any
to,
way.
if you do want to give him a follow, feel free. Can we get a shout out for this butt face? Do not shout yourself out, by the way, Chris. I know you're thinking about doing it. Well,
Wow.
Critical.
Yeah, okay, here I got some. I want to shout out myself.
He's gonna do it. Can someone delete the post? I'm joking. Thank you for shouting out, Kat. Aren't you lovely? Actually, Kat, when are you streaming next? Thank you for doing a shout out for Adam and Daisy and Kat. Look at you being all helpful and stuff. He's proving his worth, and then he shouts himself out last to justify the fact that he shouted at everyone else. Are you seeing this? You see what I mean? He did it. Okay. He did it last to justify the fact that he had to.
No. You see, I didn't do it last, so good.
Don't try and add Jimmy on here now, because you're trying to think, oh fuck, who else can I shout out that doesn't make it look like, you know, I was purposefully doing it myself.
See, yeah, perfect shout out, boys. Let's go, Pepe clap.
You know what? If I could get that made for you, I think I would. If I did, it's gonna delay your package though.
It's okay. My life is. You've been delaying my package.
I was gonna say something, but I don't think I'm gonna.
Say it. No balls, woman.
No, I'm not going to. It's not that. We're not doing the mature stream today. Love you though. Alright, can I get an uptime please? I feel like we need to start doing a wrap up quite soon because it is almost 10 o'clock. Driz.
It's only 10 o'clock, but it looks like you're ready for the cock.
Huh. Well, that's why he's around the corner, innit? So yeah.
So it was good.
But yeah, it's like we haven't ordered dinner or anything yet, so and it's getting late to sort food out. So all right, it doesn't work. What doesn't work? Did you shout me out?
Oh, the clap emote. Yeah, I shouted you out. That's why. Like.
Oh, thank you. Look at you.
Yeah, man.
Dee, I'm heading home for the day. Have a great night, my love. Kat, get home safely, my sweet. Thank you so much for being here. Love you, girlie. Mwah. Get home safe. Love you to pieces. All right, who shall we raid? I'm gonna. In fact, you know what? I already know who I'm gonna raid. I saw her go live. No, the only reason why is because I've just seen her go live. She's been on a hiatus for about 2-3 weeks, so she got married.
Who?
Shy Fox, a fellow Canadian.
Oh, okay. Time to go to her stream and be like, "Why'd you leave me?"
Yeah, you can actually do that, and she'll be like, "I'm sorry." That's another thing I've noticed about Canadians. They apologize a lot. Why? Well, except for you, you don't apologize for shit.
Hell, okay, I
go
apologize.
Say it. Go say it. What? Hello?
I apologize in the right situations. You trying to say that I don't apologize is big sad.
No. I'm sorry for being sorry. I love you, Crit.
No, you don't love me. Hello?
There we go. There it is. That's all I wanted. I just wanted the hello in like a sad manner. Like an upset manner. And my grandma is French. Your grandma's French Canadian? Well, my family are French. I can't speak French. Imagine my life. I'm sorry for being sorry. I apologize a lot. Why do you apologize a lot? You actually do apologize a hell of a lot. So
fuck you, bud.
He does say bud a lot as well. Alright, so Cool. Are you guys gonna join me for the raid? I want to raid Shy. I want everyone to come and say hello to her. She's been away for a very long time. Because she did go and get married. I do want to show her some love because I know that she is also aiming very, very closely for partner. So I want to show her some support and get some hype in there. You never know, guys. Dee Dee may even give you a gifted sub. We will see. Just because, like, she's doing some artwork and she is wearing an Eevee onesie, I believe. So she is. So for those of you guys that like Pokemon, she is doing some Eevee stuff. So guys, you see the commands that Red has put in. So if you are not a sub,
hey, Critical, how are you? I'm having a great day.
Who
Thanks.
said
I was
that?
just looking up some. Yo, Cyfox actually said.
Are you in there talking to her now? Can we fucking
yeah,
finish this?
Okay. I was talking to her and she said, "Hey, Critical, what are you up to?" And her fucking phone procced off of it, and Google Home responded to it. Feels fucking good, man.
Oh,
Even
wow.
Google wants to talk to me. Let's go.
Oh, poor Google. It's so misunderstood. I just realized something. Anyway, love you. But guys, please copy that down. Crit, I'm going to jump out the call for now. But thank you so much for being in the channel with me. Guys, if you're not following Crit, give him a follow. He is our Twitch resident sleeper. He is the owner of Critical Moves. So if you guys want to join an amazing community, please feel free to do so. And show all of that love. But for now, guys, I'm going to switch over to the IRL screen. Crit, I'm going to jump out of the call. Is that alright? So I will speak to you. Crit, I'll talk to you a bit later.
Wow. Later. I see how it is.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, love you, sweetie. I'm going to do my little ending thing. And I'll meet you over there.
Toodles.
Bye!
Bye.
Alright, guys. Thank you so much for being in the channel. You guys have been absolutely amazing. No, you're not. You're not, Moustache. It's only mods that have the ability to do that. So, guys, if you are a sub, then select the bottom. If you are not a sub, select the top one. So, guys, shut up, Crit. So we're going to go and raid the wonderful Shy Fox. So guys, thank you all so much for being in the channel. You guys are phenomenal as always. So let's go. Let's go. Let's show her some love. But guys, I'll be back on Sunday. I will be back on Sunday. And I hope to see you guys soon. Love you all. And have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Or evening. So until Sunday, guys, I'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye.